The program tonight is going to contain news which will be very disturbing to some people. The content concerns news of first contact. First contact with unknown life forms or entities. If you are disturbed by this sort of material, please turn your radio off now or tune to a different station. If you are a parent, please exercise your parental responsibility. What follows is, to the best of our knowledge, real and not a drama.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Lifeforms episode, the final forms. Chow, Dan, and you know what? First time ever, Mr. Panhandler. How all three of you gentlemen doing tonight?
Doing well. Excited to be here. Big night. Welcome, Dan and Panhandler.
Evening, boys. Thanks for having me.
It's a fucking honor, man. It's like
Chow me this early in the episode.
It is.
Don't start
It is
this early.
Contra programming against Small Buckman too.
You're like the first lieutenant in the Buckman bunch, and it's just insane to have you on here in the skin and the flesh. It's an honor.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, and you got to you've been kind of following along, right, with the top 4 and the top 16 that we've whittled it down to. So,
Chow, who hasn't been following this?
Everyone. Yeah. I mean, it's and one thing I've noticed as of late is a lot of people are scrambling last minute now that it's getting down to the end to try to make waves. And yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on who's been doing what to get their name in the records. But yeah, there's a lot of last minute things, especially I'm seeing out of like Final Boss and Ashley and Big Dub. But your guy is like really he's been heavy lately. He's been doing well. So.
Been a lot of Grant Hill baseball passes to half court, trying to find Christian Leitner for the
Dan, you're muted.
Around. I'm muted. Oh, of course I am.
No, I can hear him.
I heard Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I can't hear him. That's weird.
All right, I'll leave and come back. Be right back.
I can't hear shit from him.
But yeah, I mean, well, so top 4, we've whittled it down from 16 to 8 to 4, and we're looking at the finals are going to be the semifinal is Buckman versus Final Boss and Big W versus Ashley Cummings. So
now, have you had any of the Final 4 on the show, or has that even been an option, or invites been sent or talked about?
We had Ashley on last time.
Yes.
When we whittled it down from 16 to 8.
Yeah.
From 8 to 4.
8 to 4. Yeah.
So, and final boss would never come on. You know how he is, but
he's very skittish. Very skittish.
It's going to play into the final rankings as well. The final competition. See, this is the thing, and you, Chow, you just nailed it. There's a lot of people scrambling, kind of making moves at the deadline here, trying to put themselves in the best spot to go to Final Four. Because when you're getting your team together, you're hyping them up for Final Four. You're going to fly out to Indianapolis or Phoenix or wherever the Final Four is being held. You know, there's the speech, there's the rah-rah, there's like, all right, let's get pumped up. Let's get all our shit in order. But some motherfuckers look at the Final Four as a chance to go party. And, hey, this is, they're not thinking about the game. Their head's not in the game. And there may be 1 or 2 people in this Final Four that I don't think their head's in the game quite the way it should be. And it's gonna impact their final results, I think.
110%, honestly. You have to be on your A game right now. And like Chow was saying earlier, like Big Hormone's on top of it, Ashley's on top of it, Final Blob is on top of it, but Buckman is reaching for the stars right now. He's trying to get any type of accolade he can get right now. Anyone on his show, anyone. He's streaming with fucking Penny right now. So that tells you he just needs to, and I think Chow showcased this on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He is putting the hours in, man. What was that, like 17 hours and what?
Yeah, 17 hours on 6 streams over the last 7 days on
Dude,
on his channel. Bro. Then if you count in the time he's been streaming with Husey and Dixon and Levy all during this week, Clown Town for a few hours he's just built. You got to admit he's built different, and he put something on X.
I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt. So right on cue, this is Final Boss, by the way, if you guys weren't aware. Drunken Donuts has been exposed as Final Boss. So he's already doing his little dirty work behind the scenes. We're gonna talk a little bit about Drunken
What
Donuts.
the fuck? What
Apple Destroyer.
What'd I do to this guy? Did your mom put you on that? Put out that shirt for you in the morning, dude? I'm just hanging out, man.
He's roasting. He's trying his roast jokes.
What's wrong with my getup, bro? Don't I look like preppy? I'm a white man. I should be preppy. I'm about to play golf, hit on the yacht. Who knows?
It's a good spring outfit.
Take advantage of a college girl. Who knows?
But on the bracket, if we look at it, before we get into our top 4, because I think we can go deep into that.
Yeah.
What about the top 16? That got bounced has been making a dent lately? Because I think I have some stock up, stock down, like we did last time on this. If we want to do it,
yeah, let's do it.
And now that we got Panhandler here, it'll be even better because he knows all these guys too. So, yeah, and plus I want to talk about some people who aren't in the bracket, like Tojo, just being a complete idiot lately. NJ Ranger, I think he was doing some shit, right?
Yeah, he was. He was trying to make a comeback.
He's kind of being gay.
He's trying to throw out these like little mini feuds. He's trying anything. His numbers are down. He's not getting 150 people viewing anymore. Now people are realizing, oh wait, it's just another fucking clip show. It's like maybe it's not appointment watching like I thought it was. I'm gonna still support him because I love NG Ranger because he's handsome, even though he wears ill-fitting suits and he looks like a cornball. I'm still gonna support him, but the glitz has worn off of NJ Ranger a little bit. He's kind of Karmic X. Has anyone fallen harder than Karmic X? Can we talk about that? I mean, he is fucking cratered.
He's down, but I hear he's down a lot from Buckman. Buckman's become a huge numbers guy lately, which is great. And Buckman, he was like pulling up something. And he's like, these are real numbers. These are actual real numbers of views. And for Karmic, it showed like negative like 50,000 or something. Like the bar was underneath the zero. And Panhandler was on with him, and he's like, well, like, are you sure it's not like maybe he deleted some old videos? That's how you get negative. Like,
which is, by the way, exactly what it was. He deleted the videos. And you can't have a negative view count. Like that doesn't exist.
Buckman's all authoritatively like, nope, this is 100% factual, scientific fact here. And it's like, I just love that type of Buckman stuff. And when you're getting 17 hours of Buckman, plus maybe 25 to 30 hours a week of Buckman streaming, it's just it's incredible because it's brilliant, really. The strike stuff is like incredible because that's been going on for 4 to 5 months of him just talking about hypothetically striking channels or the consequences, the ramifications. It's the same conversation over and over, and it's just getting better. So
yeah.
Aside from our main 4, though, I want to touch on Mommy because she was on the last episode with Ashley.
Brilliant. Honestly,
she has leveled up so hard lately. Like, I think she might be one of the people where we had Ashley over her, but if we were to that might have been an upset.
That AI pregnant sloth that she threw to the Goyim, I for real applaud her on that. I'm not kidding. Like, that's insane. If that would have happened, like you said, Chow, before that episode, I would have shot her right to the top. I'm not even kidding, dude. That was nuts. I was like,
yeah, 100%. She would have been the number 1 seed between her dropping the news a few weeks ago about having an affair, not having an affair with Vince, then the stupid AI pregnant picture, and then going on all these shows and just putting her whole life out there and acting like a total loon to the hair dye nightmare. I mean, she would have had to been the number 1 seed.
You could almost do an Elite 8 with the ladies of the lady Lifeforms of the Dabbleverse. Keanu. Although I don't know if there's 8. I don't know if we could. I mean, I think you could probably pull 8.
You can pull 8 horse. I'm sure you could.
But yeah, Mommy's coming on strong. Did you see today? She posted a picture of her busty daughter in Egypt on a camel. She loves pimping out her 25-year-old daughter who's Very curvaceous. She's a curvaceous underwear model from New York City. So she loves boasting about her. So yeah, mommy coming on super
dope.
strong with the last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
I mean, nobody put in more work this week to be in a life form than mommy.
No, I loved it. Honestly, I applaud her on that. That's amazing. You know.
And wasn't she on with John recently, Dan? This week,
Yes,
sometime or last week?
Yep, her and Vince, they were on with John this week as well.
There you go, dude.
Reunited.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That was great. You know, even going back when she came on with Mint onto our show the night of the Ray DeVito show in AC, that was the biggest thing that popped off that night, and that was all the talk for like weeks after that. So and she was at Rodney. I don't know. I think she's good on the mic on shows too. Like,
no, she's awesome, dude. Like she
Yeah.
banters with me brilliantly. Like she knows how to riff, dude. You know, she might get a little emotional here and there. You know, she's a woman, but at the end of the day, like, dude, she goes at it, man. I think she's awesome. Like,
yeah, she's putting up tons of clout lately. So,
Pan, who's your top three broads in the Dabbleverse?
What are we judging on? Like just in general?
Vulnerability.
Oh,
vulnerability? Is that what you said?
Oh.
I'm kidding.
I'm on my let's say diversity.
If you were okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way.
Diversity arc right now.
Okay, here we go. I don't think you're going to Hackamania, right?
No, I'm not.
Good.
Who are the three broads in the Dabbleverse you would most want to bump into a casino at Hackamania if you were there as a single male?
Well, Dan, I've met a lot of these crazy broads, but somebody I haven't met, I'm saying, like I said, I'm on my diversity arc now. I'm a little late to the woke movement, but you know, Young Old Vibes is moving up there. Like, right?
She's in the chat. She hears.
Right,
she's listening.
Isn't she?
She's
black
here.
and Mexican or something. So I get two birds with that one.
That's hot.
You know, so I'm trying to diversify my portfolio.
I didn't realize she was Tex-Mex. That's nice. That's a nice nice flavoring.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah. Of course, Lady KB is an all-timer. She would have to be on the list, even though I'm pretty sure she hates me.
And you're tall enough to be in her range, right? You're a six plus.
Yeah. She is a tall woman.
Us short guys, we don't have a chance with a lady.
Dan, you're a king.
I'm a short king, 5'8", 5'9". I gotta set my sights a little lower. I can't be looking up. Can't be climbing.
You're always looking at the stars.
You have history with Ashley too, Panhandler.
Yes.
And then
who doesn't?
So, I know that's always good, but another one who was in the bracket was Penny, and I know you're a big Penny in the dork head. So,
I was like when they first started, I was always in the chat, and I think Darren had me on a couple times when he first started, or right after he stopped doing like the AI puppet stuff, and then started the show. But then he was on Echo, and he was like shitting on, like, I'm basically a chatter, right? I show up on shows, but I like the chats, and he was shitting on the chatters. So now I'm boycotting. Nothing against Penny or Peggy. It's Darren and I have beef now. So.
Wait. I'm gonna ask you real quick. I'm gonna press you a little bit.
Okay.
Why do you care if he's shitting on the chatters? Who gives a fuck?
Because I'm a chatter. I gotta defend my people.
I chat
right?
all the. Don't people like it when people show on the chat? It's fun. It's banter. You're fucking with the fans. It's fun. They're like, oh, okay. Like, what do you mean by shitting on the fans? Tell me, what do you mean by him shitting on
like
the
again,
fans?
shit on the chatters, of course. I mean, every good host does that. That's not it. I mean, that's part of the back and forth. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying he thinks he's better than the chatters.
Oh, so he's like actually like
right. He's as Chow would say, completely leveled up above
egotistical
exactly
type shit.
We're just the petty bourgeoisie to him. So I just didn't like that attitude switch. So
I got a question on that. What's the perfect ratio of like chat ball washing to chat pushing back? Because you don't want to be like full Bachman where you're over the top ball washery towards the random chatters or the clouded chatters, as he's known to do. And then it kind of comes off as fake or like, kind of like try hard. So, but then on the other end, like Mir's doing this shit where he'll just like go off on someone in the chat. And then I'll be getting DMs from these chicks like, dude, that guy's insane. And I'm like, yeah, he is, but I don't know.
It's all love. I'm just fucking, dude. It's just a joke. Like, I'm I'm not like Peggy and the Freak or where the fuck that loser's name is who actually think they're better than you. Like I love everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. You might be losers, but you're awesome to me. I mean,
But
below me, but whatever.
Not to ask a question and then jump back in, but on that point, like I've noticed that where like Chad gets too emotionally attached to chatters, where it gets like it's very high and then it goes very low. He'll turn on them or like make them mods and then get mad about it and start talking shit about them. And it's like you can do that, but like your show becomes that where it's like revolves around who's chatting and what drama is happening there versus I don't know, other people kind of don't pay attention to chat or do other things. So there is a balance, I think, but
I would say you need to create like a community. Like you want to have an audience. You want to have people that like to congregate in the chat that like, hey, oh, young old vibes. Hey, who's, people are in the chat and you see the same faces. That's going to help build your audience, whether you're doing whatever you're doing. Right. And to Buckman's credit, he does do a good job. He brings a lot of people that are like-minded into the chat, and that's why he has good numbers. And a lot of those shows do that. But you can't elevate the chatters and this is all due respect to everybody in the audience. You can't, they're not the show, right? There has to be a little bit of an arm's length with that. You can't let them control your show and dictate everything. In fact, a lot of times, and that you always hear people don't look at the free chat. And I hate when people say free chat, but don't look at the chat. There is something to that. You have to, at some point, you can't, you can have one person, like maybe the producer guy that looks at the chat and brings stuff up. But you can't have 4 people. You can't have all of us reading every comment that comes up. You have to be in the moment of what you're talking about, or everybody's all distracted. And then you you have 4 Shmuel Buckmans on the show at the same time. Everybody's reading the comments and letting that dictate your show.
Right. I mean, like for me though, that's what I love about you guys, because I love reading the free chat because I get some of my best laughs from it, man. I don't know. I find it hilarious when people shit on the show or whatever and act crazy. I love it. I don't know why. I always love reading it. So. And whenever people send stuff, I love reading it. So I don't know.
Speaking of the chat, just a couple of things. Just want to, while we're just have a break. American Cupcake for 5. Again, thanks for the cheers tip, Dan. No problem. Hey, anybody go to Boston? Hit me up. I will fucking get you. Tell me where you're at in Boston. I'll tell you where you want to check out. I only said cheers for him just because I knew he was a block away from it, and you could get the fucking selfie there. So glad you had a good time there. And then Nick from Fort Wayne. A man, member for 10 months. Thank you for supporting a nice podcast, Stupid Nick. You're a fucking good egg. Love you, brother. Thank you.
Damn straight. All right. So we were talking about people on the come up who've like upgraded, but they fell during the show when we were doing the brackets and whatnot. Mommy was definitely one of them. And let's do like the final. Let's do the Elite 8. If we can.
Yeah.
Who was in the Elite 8 that we had placed in there? So it was Mommy. She fell.
Did we replace J Mo or something?
No, he fell out at some point.
We replaced Nick, didn't we? With Stevie Lou?
Yeah,
Stevie Lou. Yeah, Stevie Lou's still been killing it, I think, but I haven't seen him as much. Yeah. What do you think about Stevie Lou? He's an OG panhandler.
I think the last year or so, Stevie used to drive me, like you guys know, I'm an MLC guy. Dan loves to call me a Kevin ball washer.
You do call him boss.
I do. You're right.
Uh-oh.
You're right. He is the boss. But I think Stevie Lou, and this isn't even me chowing him, I think he's been a lot better on that this last year or so. Like, I think he's good. He's picking his spots more. He's not on as often and not trying as hard. So, no, I've been really enjoying Stevie Lou on MLC. Much better than like Clearwater Chad or when Kevin has Karmics on or some of the other idiots that go on.
Those suck, dude. I like Karmic, but fuck, he sucks on MLC, bro.
Yeah, he's terrible on MLC. I mean, he's terrible on everything, but he's really bad on MLC.
I couldn't agree with more. You stole what I was going to say. He's not trying as hard. I felt like he had a little bit of a try hard era there where he was really trying to shoehorn himself into everything. He seems to be more relaxed. Maybe it's because he's back with his wife or something. I don't know. It seems like he's a little more like chill than he was, and he's just kind of going with the flow. And of course, when he read Buckman the Riot Act, that was fucking hilarious on whatever that show
turned
was,
quickly
or whatever.
Yeah, because we were all on the show on Buckman's show like the week prior, and then it all blew up on Hughesy's show or whatever. What was it? Christian Blatt was on too, or so yeah. That friendship or partnership did not last very long.
Who had a bigger? I mean, look at this. Let's flip flop real quick from like the updating yourself, upgrading yourself to downgrading. Tommy Jordan is a fucking faggot, dude. I'm not even here, okay? Dude, this guy's a fucking faggot, loser, degenerate, scumbag, Eastern United States loser, pot-bellied bitch. Okay, look at this guy right now, dude. Look at him. Oh, look at me. I'm hurt. Oh, what am I going to do with myself? Maybe I'll ruin another Stuttering John set. Who knows? Dude, you're a fucking loser, bro. Look at this guy. I'm glad you got your ass beaten.
Did we ever find out if it was real? Did he really take a digger, or was this all like a work?
I think it's a work. I don't think he really.
I wish they would have curb stomped your ass, bro. America, X right there, dog. X right there.
Well,
curb stomped your ass.
In the beginning, so Doomsday put his show on X from the other night, and like in the first couple minutes, he's like, "Yeah, like I can't like close my hand, so like I won't be able to fight when I go to Vegas." Like,
you get your ass beaten, bro. Trust me, this guy ain't doing shit, dude.
Yeah. See, I was wondering if he was doing this work to get out of Vegas, saying I can't go.
Oh yeah.
Like, is he still going, Chow? Did he say?
I don't know. I really don't. I didn't catch more than like the first 10 or 15 minutes of him talking. Like he's one of these guys who like the first 10 to 15 minutes of his show, like Buckman, is just like clips of like Zoom mock, like and Stuttering John and shit. So it's like I once you finally push through all that shit, he talked for a little bit and then he went just straight to watching Stuttering John. So I don't know, man. He had potential early on, but
crashed out
too much, and I don't think he'll ever figure it out. I think he's just too lost, bro.
He's too mentally retarded. I'm not kidding. Low IQ 70 slave, dude. Like you can't break that barrier. Once you're in it for life, and like you at least need to be 75 to set yourself up for success. He is at that 69 percentile for low IQ shit. He's like he's like a fish trying to like break the surface, but he never will. His mouth will get right there to grab that piece of fish food, but then once he eats it, he just goes right back down.
Totally. And who of these fish is lower IQ? Because we know Ray is legendary, and he's been declining hard too, like on IQ lately. Tommy Jordan's way younger, but that generation has. Maybe he was like, I don't know.
That's just more years for him to be a fucking fucked up slave. Honestly, more years to be in chains.
Who would you say is the higher IQ panhandler?
That's a tough call. I think Tommy, again, he's the first channel that I've unsubbed from since I can remember. I just can't handle this spastic nature, and maybe I'm just too old for whatever he's doing. But I think he tried to bring, like, on a serious note, like an IG kind of culture into the Dabbleverse, and they're two different worlds from what my understanding. I mean, I don't have Instagram, nor should I, but it just doesn't work. Like, yes, he's got personality and he can be entertaining. It seems like some people do really like him, but the fact that he can't stay focused for more than 2 seconds on any topic is just, to me, very annoying. Like, I can't watch it. I don't have the patience for it.
It's called ADHD.
Maybe, or he could be retarded. I mean, that's a possibility too. But he does like have tech chops, right? He can edit. He's good with the sound. He's good with the visuals and stuff like that. So it's kind of, I don't want to say unfortunate, but he could have done something else. Again, could have been a different character or somebody else, or somebody else for me to shit on type thing. But I can't with Tommy. Not the character Tommy Jordan.
Do you guys know who brought Tommy to the forefront? Who actually plucked him from just obscurity and really like promoted him and pumped and dumped him, so to speak, in Buckman terms?
Well, I blame Kevin for bringing him on after the first. But
it's before that.
It was you and Win by Two and that Soft Weekly dude, right?
Soft Weekly and Win by Two found this fucking guy on YouTube. I actually bumped into him too. He came up in my algorithm or whatever, and Win by Two DM me. He's like, you got to check out this Tommy Jordan fucking guy. It's amazing. And then the rest is history. And so Win by Two, I know he's dropped off the face of the earth, but maybe his last I don't know if it's a great thing that he did, but his last big thing that he did was fucking introducing Tommy Jordan to this this ecosystem.
Good man.
Yeah, when I see Tommy, I kind of relate him to maybe like a junior final boss, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of wasted potential, like in his energy, and final boss is pound for pound,
Pound for pound,
one of the most pure,
ton for ton,
talent, skill, everything as a guy, because of life form, but he's just lazy as fuck, bro. And it's like,
yeah,
I think Tommy, I wouldn't say he's necessarily lazy, but he has a different type of wasted potential, similar to Final Boss. So what are your thoughts on that?
Tommy looks like he broke his neck for showbiz, bro. Look at this guy.
He would.
I don't want to give away all my Final Boss takes, because I got a few takes on Final Boss that I'm saving for when we really get down to nut cutting time. But what I would say on Final Boss is, if you don't do shows and you just are a little sniveling little idiot in the background, and you're afraid to go on shows that appear anytime before 3 a.m.
like a fucking rat,
and you just pop up when you know it's safe, that people aren't watching, and you can be on like Clown Town, or you can do your Sonic streams. You're not really a guy. You don't have skin in the game, is what I'm saying. It's a very dickless way to be in this place. So if you want to get into the big leagues, and you're obviously you're sniffing on it, we're talking about you tonight. But if you truly want to sustain yourself in this world, you gotta put your fucking dick in the game here, brother. You can't be hiding in the background. You can't be laying back in the cut and just throwing rocks and then running when the rock hits somebody. You got to be in there. You got to be dick to dick with who you're going against, or else there's just no respect. There's no respect in the game for fucking people like that.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh. No, that's it for him to yeah, he needs
Hi,
to.
Ash. Hi, sweetie. How's it going, sweetie?
Oh, that sounds like
me
animosity.
Now I see a parallel now with Final Boss and Ashley, because they both saw, oh shit, it's Final Four bracket time, and I haven't done a lot lately, so let's just Hail Mary it. And Final Boss did that post on X today, trying to like talk about Buckman's numbers or some shit, and then Ashley did some shit with you, Dan, which I think now she's super pissed about, but that's really kind of like giving her a good chance against Big Dub once we get into it. But
all of the Final Four have beefs with yours truly, like legit beefs, and they are definitely upping their game. Big Hormone he's got little passive aggressive things he's doing against me. Bachman, we don't have to rehash Bachman. Final Boss is going on every show now that I appear on, whether it's Stuttering John, whether it's Husey, and going in the chat and using alts and making comments about me. He won't do it under Final Boss. It'll do it under Drunken Donuts or Dabble Destroyer. I'm the Dabble Destroyer. And now Ashley is flipping her shit on me for whatever reason, because I said that she's a serial texter, which, as anyone that's texted with Ashley knows, if she starts texting you, you get like 50 texts, and it's like, sweetie, it's 2 a.m. Leave me alone. So, yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, they got beef.
I thought I was gonna be crazy tonight. I think Dan might be crazy tonight, bro. Like, I'm not.
This might be my night to wild out. This might be my little mirror moment tonight.
I know, bro. I'm backing off this one, bro. It's all you, King. It's you, King. It's all you.
But Dan, do you owe her money though? Was that true?
She owes me $25. Oh, thank you for bringing that up, Panhandler. I don't know if you did that on purpose or not. Ashley I was on a show the other night, and she was talking shit about me. Dan owes me $25. Sweetie, I got the you want me to put the Venmo up on the screen? You fucking, you know what? She said she would come on live and talk to me for $50. She DM'd me. I got the DMs. Sweetie, if you want, I will post DMs tonight. I will post DMs on X and show exactly what you said. Everything you said. $50. I said, here's 25. I'll pay you the other half later. Then you know what she did? Then you know what Ashley did? Ashley fell asleep. She must have had too much red wine and Xanax, and she took a little nappy poo at night. Or that's what she's claiming. She ghosted. You've got the $25 in your Venmo, Ashley. You could either return it, or you could just own up and just say, like, yeah, I screwed Dan over for $25. Which, you know what? $25, it's a write-off. It's tax season. I'm just gonna fucking write it off. Write it off to the IRS.
This tax
$25
bitch.
hoe payment. You know, write it off.
Hoe
and move on.
payment. Oh, whoa, hoe payment. Oh shit.
So, you know, don't fucking bullshit a bullshitter, Ashley. Or if you
Dan's
want,
a salesman. Don't fuck with him.
or if you want, we'll send you the link and you can come in and you can fucking talk all this shit to my face.
I'll send her the link right now.
Yeah, she should come through. I mean, we could even discuss some of her candidacy against Big Hormone, which would be great. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of shit that's happened with Buckman since we last streamed, and have we even talked about his 3 days of polls to determine if he's going to strike us and Dan yet?
Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Young Old Vibes. She didn't do anything. She wants, like, I was supposed to pay her $50 to just be my friend. She didn't even fucking come on. I did everything I said I would do. So don't fucking gaslight me, Ashley. Gashly. Don't gaslight me, Gashly, okay?
Gashly.
You know what you fucking did. Just fucking own it. I'm not fucking MKE. I'm not a fucking drop dead drunk that forgets everything. I don't forget.
Hey,
I'm Irish.
Hey.
I'm Irish. I don't forget
like
shit.
that.
Well,
okay? So don't play a player, all right? Don't even go there.
Look at this man.
You know,
receipts.
SJ is still trying to simp to Ashley and stuff like that. So
who is?
Sir and Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, like, so maybe she sees you going on the show more and like blowing up and she's trying to get smoke or something, but I don't know. Like, she has been kind of laying low, so maybe she just sees your clout. And
Wait. She says the price was 50 and I left the stream. You pay me 25 later, so you owe me 25.
You never came on. What are you talking about? Are you that thick? Are you just being like a Buckman right now and you're just being completely just obstinate with what you're saying, or are you actually serious? Did you black out and forget that you never came on? Like, what did I pay you for? You didn't do shit. So Ashley, play your little games with everybody else. I'm not the one, Ashley. I'm not trying to get in your pants. I'm married. And even if I wasn't, sorry, sweetie, you're not my type. I go a little younger and people that can afford Botox. So we go a little different route in the Mullen household.
Cook, bro.
Yes,
cooking.
So,
All right,
so don't play a player.
Sorry,
No.
Dan. I'm sorry, Chow. Go ahead.
Some of the other, I think the Queen Ari Jane is pissed at you too, Lomir. So,
dude, fuck that whore, dude.
Yeah,
she had an abortion.
Mad,
I hope she fucking burns in hell.
Well, that was the thing. Like, she was backing you up on everything you were saying, and then you flipped on her for
no, because you don't want to know why I flipped on that stupid whore? Because this is why. When we had her on the show a while back, we were talking about like women's rights, whatever the fuck that means. And I mean, you can laugh all you want, but they shouldn't have rights. Repeal the 19th Amendment. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, she was talking about how like abortion was good and how we need to, like, if women don't want to have their babies, they should kill them. And I was just like, and her and I got into it. She's like, "What do you know? You're a man." And I'm like,
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because we had a bunch of chicks on our show early on. Are you sure it was her or maybe not someone else? Because I don't know if she's even down with that or ever.
Hang on. Ashley's texting me right now. I can't right now. Ashley, hang on.
What else is new?
Ashley,
No.
what the fuck? Hang on, let me.
Oh, and Deb's pissed too.
Deb. I mean, who's
Deb?
who's
Deb is Dan's. She's clout chasing Dan too.
Jesus, all I'm saying is this: Ari Jane, I have no problem with you, girl. I disagree with abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she used the excuse of, well, women get raped all the time and they have to have babies, like, dude, that's such a small minority of actual abortions. Most of it's just whores not wanting to have kids. Okay, so it is what it is at this point in time. If you get raped or you're gonna die, so you need an abortion, then get it. I don't give a fuck. But if you're just gonna be a slut and you don't want to have a kid, oh well, too bad. Have the kid, you stupid bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. And I don't live in a perfect world, and I'm not freaking the president or the Führer. So it is what it is. So
But
Ashley,
pissed.
Ashley, who's pissed?
Ashley, I thought, right?
Oh yeah, no, she just hit me up. She's freaking out. Ashley, I sent her the link. Ashley, I sent you the link. If you want to freak out on me, I didn't call you a whore at all. Play back the fucking video. Come on the show if you want to talk at all, but I'm not I'm not calling you a whore, okay? I sent you the link already. I would never call you a whore, sweetheart.
She won't come on. She won't come on.
You're just being rude right now, Dan.
I'm being rude?
That's what she's saying. She's
Okay.
asking
All right.
why.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
A real quick question, Panhandler.
I'll be nice to the ladies. Sometimes
Ashley
get
says
mouthy.
you're my favorite, Mur. Why is Dan being so disrespectful? I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well, I
dude,
mean,
come
like,
on the show and
I think it's the
talk to him if you have a
25, right? The
fucking
25
problem.
bucks.
Yeah, it's 25.
I don't.
Ashley,
It's the
show us or
lying.
talk
It's not
to
the
him so we can
$25.
end it.
$25, whatever. But it's the lying. Just own it. Just own it. Just own you fucking stole $25 from me. Just own it. And just say, hey, I screwed Dan out of $25. I didn't follow through on what I promised to do. And just own it. Own it, Ashley. That's all.
There you go. Panhandle, do you agree with all we're saying, right? You hate
Yeah.
women, right?
No, I don't hate. I love women. I do agree you should repeal the 19th. They shouldn't be allowed to drive.
This guy's based.
I get all that. No, I love women. I think I like Ari Jane. Like I don't
Stutter
know the
one more
conversation.
fucking time, bro, and you're bounced. I'm kidding.
No, that's okay. You can bounce me, but she's the OG queen of the Dabbleverse, so I can't hate on AJ. I haven't seen her around
AJ's
much
tough.
anymore.
No, she's a sweetheart. I love her.
Yeah, and she's gone through some husbands, so she's just the right type of crazy for me. So
yeah,
here come the text.
We'll add her to the list. Dan, what is going on? You and Ashley, she used to be on your show all the time.
Yeah, Ashley
drew first blood. Wait, let's don't get it twisted. Ashley drew first blood. She went on and started fucking saying all this crazy shit in a chat the other day to me for no reason. And I'm going to retaliate. I'm not going to just sit there like the other stooges that you try to date and men that you try to walk over all your life and just not fucking return volley. You want to talk shit? You want to call me out? I mean, you saw, one of those people posted all the comments that Ashley made. If that's what you want to do, Ashley, if you want to pick a fight with me, I'm going to return volley. Like, I'm not just going to sit there and take it. There's no reason for me to sit there and take it from you. So just pick your battles. That's all, sweetie. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and it's profitable now to go after Dan because he's clouded with SJ now, right? So a lot of the Panderverse. No, this is a phenomenon that I want to talk about. But have you noticed every life form since our inception of the show? None of them ever had any connection to each other. Like
no, none.
We were fans of Buckman. He didn't know who Ashley was. We had Ashley on our show long before anyone knew who she was. We were starting covering Final Boss when he was in a different.
He was like a
very
small cell.
But as the show has progressed, they start coalescing and they start running to Buckman and joining Buckman bunch as like the kind of overseer or shield of all the shit. So you'll start seeing Buckman in these like hours long streams. He'll bring up Lifeforms, he'll bring up us, but he like doesn't want to bring it up too, so he won't say by name certain things.
Can I just say one thing that Ashley just said? She said, "Don't fuck with me, Dan. Be careful. You're the life form." That tells you that she's a life form, because life forms will always deflect and call that it's Darvo. They deflect. Whatever you call them a life form. Then they try to throw it back. Well, that's what they all say.
Diaper Dan.
They want to call you Diaper life forms,
bro.
That's Buckman bunch indoctrination, because that's Buckman's favorite thing, is like saying, well, maybe actually the people who are trolls are actually the ones being trolled. Like he'll like whatever you say, he'll just kind of do that little. No, actually, it's the opposite thing. So classic Buckman bunch programming, top down. So.
Yeah, I have no respect for. I mean, I have respect for Ashley as a woman. Like, I'm not gonna like call her complete, whatever have you. But Ashley, if you're gonna talk this crazy shit, we're done putting your shit up now. If you want to come on the show and say your piece, come on the show, say your piece. I sent you the link. If that, just be quiet and stop, badgering us while we do our show.
Get back in the kitchen if you're not gonna take the link. We don't want to.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Chow. Sorry, we interrupted you on what you were saying.
No, it's like. A lot of people have been influenced by Buckman, or what I think's happening, because after we started doing OG Mumbling Nick, now I will say OG Mumbling Nick I discovered through Buckman, so he's kind of always been tied in with him. But no, I think what he does is like they bond over being life forms secretly, like, oh, those guys all suck, like, so they try to like team up and they're like share the common bond of the only thing that unites them is like, oh, these guys talked about us, so let's be friends type shit. So
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it because it creates community. We created it just like I created Buckman. I formed him. Like everything he is because of me. We also created the Buckman Bunch and their whole like society that they're building. So it's brilliant, and it's beautiful to see like how it's been just playing out, especially with everyone's seeing it, everyone knows it. Buckman is just leveled up so high right now. Like I can't even with a straight face like try to say anything other than he's on that rocket ship to the moon right now. Like that's where he's at. And
No,
what are your guys' thoughts on Buckman right now?
Chow, when are you going to go on Buckman?
Dude, I'm always down to go on Buckman. This is the thing with Buckman. That's like he invited me on his show before we did the Lifeforms on him, but after that time he came on with J Mo and you and ATP started going at him.
Yeah.
Me and Buckman were like planning on doing it, and I was in the process of moving all this shit. So I was like, like when I don't have anything plugged in, let's do it in a week or two. He hit me up one time, like at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. on a Saturday night, and was like, sent me the link. I was like, oh, dude, sorry, I was sleeping, but I'll do it next week or another time. Just hit me up. And then we did our show, like kind of shitting on him or analyzing his Ashley thing.
Yeah.
And he turned hard after that. Like he started hating me.
He was
just from
done, bro. He was done.
Yeah. So he built up this thing. Like he's invited me on his show dozens and dozens of times, and I always turn him down. Instead of being like, no, that never happened, I kind of just flipped it and I was like, yeah, like I'm above you. I'm not going to appear on your show. Like, so I started doing that reverse psychology on him. So then he doesn't know how to handle it because he made up the lie that he's invited me all these times. So then once I'm like, yeah, like I just turned you down all the time. He was like, oh shit, like this didn't work. Like what are you thinking? So I was just playing 5D chess on him when we were
classic Chow maneuver. I got it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You reverse
I'm always trying to get on with him, and Mir's always trying to get him on here, but he won't come on. I don't think
he won't come on. He won't do it.
I'll talk to him, Mir. I'll talk to him.
No. Here's the thing. Like, I just like, dude, like, I'm very nice to people. Whoever wants to come on the show, I'm very pleasant. I'm very polite, and I'll treat you with kindness and respect. And you treat me with that. That's it. It's very calm, very nice. It's not a bad show if you're polite to the host, and we're polite to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't come to someone's home and tell you, hey, you're a piece of shit. Would you ever do that?
Sometime.
No. You would.
No.
I mean, you're not gonna go.
But I mean, you do get a little. You do get, once the wine gets flowing, you do get a little.
Yeah. I know.
A little aggressive,
but not.
And that's the best part of the show. So it's not a criticism.
I mean, not off the rip though, bro. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna come up like Panhandler. I haven't called you a fucking faggot, Buckman Bunch tweaker ass, loser, delinquent guy who sucks.
You're slow playing it. I got it. You got to ease into it.
Yeah, you got to ease into this. I'm gonna. Don't worry, everyone. I'm gonna rip him here soon, but.
Good. That's what we're waiting on. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that.
Okay, so on Buckman though, and his ascent that we've helped orchestrate, going on 9 to 10 months now. I think
Jesus.
One of the key guys that has coincided with a lot of the good action has actually been Panhandler. So
here we go.
Yes, it is. Yeah. You've been around for the long haul, King.
I think he's his best co-host just because of the dynamic. I always said, and this isn't a perfect analogy, but I always said like Liam and Ray were great together because they were kind of on the same wavelength, but they both thought they were more prestigious or higher status in comedy than the other one. So they had this weird like that back and forth. You and Buckman are kind of like that, where you're kind of sometimes Buckman, he gets someone with clout, he'll just ball wash and be very passive on his show. And then other times he'll get like some pleb like on his show and he'll just, power on him, push on him. It's like the tyrant he can be. But you're like a good balance to him. So when it's you two or someone else, I think I'm like 50 to 60% of Buckman's success. I'd give you like 20 to 30.
That's very generous. I want to take that. I wouldn't consider myself a co-host. I'm a guest or a recurring guest, I think, on Shmuel's show. I appreciate the chowing. I like that. You know, that's like one of my favorite things right into my day, whether it be on X or a DM or even on a live show, Chow. So thank you for making my night.
But beyond that,
He's for real, bro.
I mean, and I think it is better when it's like you and then maybe someone else, because some people don't want to push back on. He says some weird, like not weird or creepy, but just like odd stuff sometimes, and people don't know how to like
trannies.
Nah, I mean, not even just like the way he says certain things, of like ask questions. One of his things that you'll catch is he asks either or yes or no questions to his guests, but then how he does it is he frames it as two of his opinions that you have to choose from, like very like black and white opinions on something. And it says, yeah, it's like, is Stuttering John an alcoholic, or does he just have mental problems? Panhandler, what do you think? Like something like that, you
Is
know?
mommy
like,
pregnant or fat? He said the other day.
Yeah,
it's AI slop.
Lady KB.
Which
you don't ask a woman to say, oh, is your friend from the Dabblers, is she pregnant or is she just a big fatty? What say you, Lady KB? And then he goes to smoke a cigar while he leaves her out hanging. He loves to do that. Loves to make it, and that's his shtick a little bit, right? I mean, that's what he's trying to do. Would you agree, Pam?
That's his style, right? I think my biggest criticism of Shmuel, and I've said this to him, so I'm not shitting on him, is that he does not listen to the guests as intently as he should, or he's too distracted if, you know, Final Boss or one of his other, you know, producers, he's got many, by the way, aren't there. So he gets distracted by the chat or his phone or something else is going on. So I think he really wants to level up, as Chow would say. He's got to do a little bit better job on that.
No. How high strung is he? Because I noticed twice yesterday him lose his shit basically because of you. And one of them was because you sent Lady KB the link.
Hold on, I just want us to say something. Doomspade, Buckman has more watching right now than you all do on both channels combined. First off, we don't care. Second off, he's got 42 people watching. So
yeah, we have 58 here.
This ain't the day to fucking go that route. But thank you for all your hard work, Doomspay, for your clips.
Doomspay is a faggot. I'm not gonna lie, that dude sounds like a loser. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead though.
Yeah, so he brought that up where it was like he got real pissed that you had sent out the link to someone else and very like tense about it. And then another time you were just bringing up a clip of Melton, Nobody Likes Onions, to show him something, and he started panicking and he's like, oh, we're gonna get porn bombed, like that, like something was about to happen bad to him, when you were just pulling up like something. So this just shows, like, I think he's got a constant drip of cortisol, and like we said, the Dabbleverse is Buckman's higher power. He's replaced all other addictions with just Dabbleverse streaming.
Cigar smoking, we learned that's his other vice that Cookie has given him until after Hackamania to quit cigar smoking. So keep an eye on that, but keep an eye on Buckman with his cigars, because
yeah, he said that before though, that he was going to quit, or she said he's got to quit. I don't think that's happening.
Oh, so you think you don't think he's just embellishing? Because
I don't know if he's embellishing, but I don't think he's going to quit after Hackamania.
Well, he's been building up Hackamania, I think, for 9 months now, as like, this is a pinpoint event where in his mind he's thinking it's a make or break. Like he's living and dying for this, like it's the Super Bowl or Easter or whatever, you know, for like whatever a holy event might be for someone. So I think it's crazy, but I think he's gonna keep peaking for a while going into Hackamania and after. So I don't know.
Yeah, he had his 200th episode the other night. I mean, and I agree with what Dan was saying before. You don't do a show for views. Like, I know serious answer you guys don't want, or a serious statement. Like, you do a show, you're consistent about it. You show up, you do your show, whether it's 1 or 1,000 people watching, right? But his views have been stronger the last 8 months. His chat's pretty good. He gets okay guests. So, you know, it's fun to clown on him, and I do it every show that I'm on there. But it is one of the better shows, in my opinion, at least for the chat. Like I said, I'm coming from a chatter. I think it's a good chat, a strong chat, and Are people listening to Buckman? I have no idea. I'm on the show half the time. I'm not listening to him, so probably not. But the Lifeform thing is interesting to me because he is making a little run here, and he has been. I don't think that's really deniable. I know it sounds like I'm ball washing him, and
I don't disagree with anything you just said. I think we'll make fun of Buckman, and Lifeform is not about your influence or how well you're doing on your show. Lifeform is just who you are as
how
a person,
you
as
react,
a character.
how you act. Honestly, yeah, like Dan said it perfectly. I'm gonna speak right here on this because like we brought Dan into this Lifeform shit because Dan understands, and there's very few people who do. That it's not even within podcasting, is how these people interact probably in their real lives and how they just portray themselves in media, with themselves, with their family, and how they just type and how they just interact and what their grammar is, everything about it. You have to analyze these fucking people are so NPC, so out of pocket, so crazy that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're so triggered by everything. Any little small thing that you say or do, they will just lash out and or hold on to. And then, it doesn't take just one day. They might, react to it. A week, a month, 6 months later, they'll react to it and like, say something bad. You know what I mean? Say like accuse you of something or do something like with the $25. Dude, Ashley, that's why you're a fucking Lifeform. All these fucking people, that's why you're Lifeforms. You guys don't understand how to function properly in society, and this is why society is failing. And then you guys have a mic and a platform to showcase who you are as people. We will expose that, and we will cultivate that, and we will showcase that to everyone watching so they know what to watch out for when they go into the real world or what they're watching online. That's what the show is about. It's about showcasing nut job, freak, fucked up, retarded, scumbag, delinquent, low IQ 70 individuals who should not be online, but they are, who should be in a fucking mental asylum instead of being online. But here they are, and we are doing this for the betterment of society, and that's why we're conducting this research right now for everybody watching. These people are deranged, and they are lost, and they are broken, and we need to showcase this so other people don't get sucked into the fucking abyss that so many have. And Panhandler, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You've been sucked in at moments in time, but I'm glad to see, talking to you person to person, that you are walking the thin line of not falling into the abyss. But that's why, you know what? I know what you're doing, man, and I like it. You're showcasing it a little bit. I know what you're doing. You're showcasing it. You like Buckman, but at the same time, you're like, okay, calm down there, psycho. Let's do this. Let's do that. You're trying to help him along a little bit, and I like that about you.
I do. I'm sorry.
You're an honest man.
No, I do like. I'm not. I think I.
You don't seem like you're an NPC fucked up individual who's gonna like bow down to their knees like mumbling Nick or the Pineapple or Ashley or these fucking weirdo psychopaths who have nothing going on in their lives. You actually have a life. You have dogs. You have a family. You're not a fucking loser.
Well, I'm a loser. All of us are losers in this world. But
but you have morality. You have a conscience. You're not an NPC, bro. So you're able to like. So tell me, like, I see you walking the line. I see you controlling shit. You are a puppet master at the end of the day with Buckman. You're higher. You're 90 IQ, dog. You're not 70.
90.
You're 90.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
IQ.
That's about 20 points higher than it probably actually is. I told Chow this, like, and Dan knows too. I'm buddies with W. I'm buddies with Buckman. As much as we can be like friends in this online world, right? I've met Shmuel a few times, but to call somebody a friend that you don't actually spend time with in real life and don't really know, that's kind of a reach, but we're just going to use that word. And I don't really have an issue with Ashley. So I'm not just going to come on here and shit on these people. And Ashley knows she gets a little wild sometimes in the chats. And Ashley and I've had our problems, but it's over. So where I get confused on the Lifeform bit, and this may be my 70 plus IQ, is it just gatekeeping? Is that what it comes down to?
I mean, no, like, I don't think so. I think there's something you just see.
Okay.
You see, so people, I think, underestimate Buckman, but I think in 10, 20 years, when future AIs are documenting or making art pieces of history of what the Dabblerverse was, I think Buckman is the mascot. Buckman is the personification of the Dabblerverse. I think, to me, more than Stuttering John, more than anyone who watches any other shit, because he's like a super fan turned like sensation that I just think everything about how he moves, how he's built, how he speaks, how he looks, he's just I think that thing that you see in Buckman, or I saw in Buckman, or like Final Boss, like right off the rip, you didn't see it in guys like Tommy Jordan. Like Tommy Jordan was kind of like, you knew he was faking it, and he still kind of is faking it. He has moments that are good, but yeah, like I think Buckman is just built so different for this shit that like, yeah, that's what it is. It's not about gatekeeping or anything personal. It's just some genetics they got or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Some devil shit, bro. Satan.
How do you define gatekeeping, Panhandler? Since Buck always has trouble with definitions of words, what do you mean when you say you think Lifeforms is gatekeeping?
Again, it's such a bullshit term. Anybody can start their own YouTube channel and go live. You telling me I can't doesn't stop me from doing it. It's saying whether you should or should not. Like, I think, like, when I really think about it on a serious tip is like Carl. Like when he gets all of it, his nose in the air about smaller shows, even like yours, Dan. No offense, because I watch your show. You see me in your Saturday chats. Should these people be doing it? Should they not? Like, that's what, like, I think when NLL or Patrick does it just by not paying attention to anybody. So like there's different like levels to gatekeeping, and I don't think it's good, bad, or indifferent. I was just wondering if that's what it is. Like, you can't really stop somebody from going live to how many other people, right? Should they be doing it? And who are you in general saying you should or shouldn't be doing it? That's what I would think gatekeeping.
Everyone's gonna latently gatekeep no matter what. Like you said, the who dis mentality that someone will display towards someone, or like doing all that shit. Now we gatekeep out of principle and out of duty and obligation of like keeping shit, calling out bullshit, and that's kind of what Lifeforms was built on. We were top 150 gatekeepers, and we saw the crop of like the next draft class coming in, and it sucked. So we're like the drill sergeants who are, forming them with iron and making them stronger and fortifying them. And
right, you got to break them down to build them.
And a lot of them folded. I'm not capping. A lot of them folded, like faggots that they are, coming in here thinking it was easy. It's not easy to come in this shit.
So we nobly gate kept, but as far as like the latent gatekeeping. But what's interesting about Buckman is he has an invisible fence gate around his mind, and he gatekeeps himself. Like, because he has this idea, like, I can't go live when one of my buddies is going live. That's in my network of Buckman bunch, because they might take that as a slight if I go against them at the same time. So he's long subscribed to this theory, and like 10 to 20% of his show is talking about this type of minutia. And this is the type of shit we like, is watching them discuss this. Like, well, we can't. This is my slot. This is their slot. We're gonna snipe this. We're gonna, this dumb shit they're doing. So
yeah,
there's a lot of we too. We talk about Hackamania like it's part of this collectivism of the Dabbleverse. I think that's the big difference between like a show like this versus a Buckman. Buckman sees this dabbling as a collectivism, that everybody should have kind of the same mentality. We all should support each other and lift each other up. And we're the exact opposite. We're more Ayn Randian of, every man for himself, and let's fucking destroy things. And let's criticize things and call them out when we see them.
You'll win me over with any sort of Rand reference. So that was very nice, Dan. And I think to both you, Chow and Dan's point, gatekeeping too is kind of the level, again, in the lowest sense of influence. Like me saying Dan shouldn't do a show has no influence. I'm not necessarily a guy. I don't have a channel. When bigger channels do it, it may have encouraged people either not to watch or to shit on this host or shit on this show type thing. So I do think there is a certain level to be able to quote unquote gatekeep.
Yeah, you need some influence over, As Amir calls them, the low 70, which are easy to kind of control.
NPCs, yeah.
Yeah, the low 70 IQs. If you get a flock behind you, and that's what Buckman's trying to do. This is what Hackamania and Dabblerverse Podcasting Guild, his cult, and the Buckman bunch is all focused on. He's trying to we up and be we this, we that Hackamania. And what he's going to do is he's going to pivot all the people from Hackamania. He's going to subtly get them to be like fringe, passive Shmuel Buckman fans. And by doing that, he's going to get a lot more subs, a lot more watches at first. And it's going to fortify his, Buckman bunch shit. So what he's really trying to do is co-opt Hackamania into his own brand for when he like starts doing shit like full time. He's been kind of hinting at it and shit. And like, since I know how Buckman, I know how he moves, I know how he thinks. I'm 3-4 steps ahead of him. This is what's going to be playing out over the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye on that shit because it's going to be incredible to see. And Hackamania is just going to be the big. It's not the grand finale. It's actually just like the jump off. It could be if everything goes well. So what do you guys think about that?
But isn't it just smart business to try and grab as much of the market as you can, your market share? So maybe I actually don't disagree that he goes to these events to try and meet more people, get more people to watch his show. I think he truly does like this. I don't think it's an act, and good for him if he enjoys it and brings him happiness. It's none of my fucking business. But yeah, I don't think it's bad for him to go and, be seen with the people, the petty bourgeoisie as it is, show that he's a man of the people and try and get a few more viewers to his show.
Can I ask you a question, Papan? Do you think that Buckman is, I don't say streaming too much, or do you think he's spreading himself a little thin, maybe overexposing himself? Or do you think he's just right at, the level that he's doing it right now?
No, I think he probably, people probably say the same thing about me. We all probably stream too much or too many, do too many shows or spend too many hours in front of these cameras or whatever. Yeah, because I think I said something to him last night or the other night. There was a period where he was on Hughesy's show, then Hughesy was on his show, then the next day he was on Hughesy's show. It's like, all right, take a breather, man. So, but
he'll do triple headers. He's done at least 2 or 3 triple headers in the last 2 weeks.
Right. But again, I'm a big free will guy, liberty guy. If he wants to do it, more power to him. But I do agree. I think it's a little Buckman fatigue sometimes.
The peak, I think, was on Saturday. He did a show with Hughesy and Quadfather. And then he went live with just Quadfather, and they repeated like a question and answer segment of like, they were repeating a question and answer that they had done just on the other show. And it was like, not just like a yes or no question and answer. It was like 5 to 10 minutes, like repeating exactly what they had just said. And part of me is like, the absurdity of it is actually kind of brilliant. Like if you notice it, but it's crazy. So I almost think the only problem Buckman's going to get in is what he gets in with everyone is like everyone kind of turns on him over time that like he buddies up with, like, Ray called him out for being addicted to streaming. And then Ray said, I think a couple weeks ago that Buckman used him to, get more popular in the Dabbleverse. And now he doesn't like call him or talk to him anymore and all this shit. Yeah, he's bitching about all this shit. And Dave Serra, like, he got dumped for Panhandler and Final Boss, and now Big Hormone's becoming his guy. So,
I don't think he dumped Dave. I think Dave is truly like a Buckman co-host, but Dave has obviously other personal stuff going on and a new job. So I think Dave was, kind of in transitioning in his real life. So, but Dave, and I'll be honest here, Dave is better with Buckman. I think when Buckman and I were both two kind of low energy guys, Buckman needs somebody like Dave, or even not Tommy Jordan necessarily, but somebody with that energy, somebody who's going to riff, somebody who's going to keep driving the conversation. Me and Buckman is, I try not to watch myself, but it can be tough when it's just the two of us because I'm not very performative. I'm kind of, as Chow likes to say, a reply guy. I don't.
But
really
you get under
create
his skin,
content.
which is it's kind of
of
it's
course.
kind of like the two old guys, on Muppet Show. You're kind of like arguing a little bit and going at each other. So
Yeah, it would definitely agitate each other for sure, and that's real. I mean, we've anybody who's part of the Buckman bunch, which I guess I am, has received the you just receive a text or a call. What are you doing? What are you doing? Or a DM or whatever. It's like even the thing with KB. Sorry, Dan. I'll let you get the question.
Yep.
I'll never, even on this show, if we don't get along, I'm not a guy that's going to send the link out or try and screw with your channel or mess you up. Even people I don't like, I would never do that. So KB was in the chat. He said he wanted her on. So I thought I was helping or whatever, but he does not like that. So I've learned my lesson because that's the second time I did that and got a little talking to on air about it. So.
Yeah, it was a control
can I just
thing.
ask a question real quick? What's the weirdest conversation you've had with Buckman? And do you have those 2-hour phone calls like he's had with Dave Sarah? Like what's strange that you guys have chatted with?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing strange. Mainly, to be honest with you, the talking to me like, hey, what's your schedule? And he'll tell me my schedule or what he's thinking for the week if I'm available, type like that. There really is no strange conversations. The conversations are a little long at times for me because I'm not a big phone talker. But it's not like I don't get the 2 hours. I'm no Dave Sarah. Dave Sarah is his number one son, to throw in a little Kevin Brennan love there. So no, I don't have any, unfortunately, I don't have any good reports or anything like that. I can imagine they're even more boring than when we stream together.
How often do you talk on the phone with him?
Maybe once a week, probably less than that. A few times a month.
I think what puts like you and Dave a level above like a lot of the Buckman bunch guys is most of the tired verse or Buckman bunch guys that are tired verse, like Big Hormone, Nasty Neil, mainly those guys. But
Clearwater Chad, although I guess he's kind of
he's perfect because this is a pandemic that's happening in the tired verse, is just like not knowing what's going on, and it's like anytime anything comes up, like Big Hormone's got to be like interject and say, I don't know what's going on with that. What's that? I don't know. So this Nasty Neil's a king at not knowing anything that's going on. Big Hormones, God tier at that. But Panhandler, you're good at pushing back on Buckman and knowing what he's talking about to be like, wait, is that really what happened? Or like, didn't like this happen before that? So you can kind of like do that type of shit. Whereas like Dave, he'll like tell him shit, but Dave's always wrong too. He'll make up shit, which is funny, and tell him, and then Buckman will just so I like that too. But it's like this new thing of like people jumping on shows and sitting around and just saying, I don't know what's going on, I've never seen that, I never heard of that type shit. It's like that's got to end, and we'll see,
but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that, again, I pay way too much. I got a lot of free time, so I pay way too much attention. This is my hobby, whatever. This is my soap opera, my wrestling, whatever you want to call it. So I should be clowned for how much I know what's going on. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that W or whoever doesn't know everything that's going on in this Dabbleverse. Because if you anytime you log on to YouTube, there is some sort of show, or I mean, the Clippers just seem like they're multiplying like rabbits. It's crazy how quick these Clippers are turning around whatever they think the hottest clip of the night or the hour is. So it's getting a little out of hand, right? So nobody can really keep up with anything. With every single thing that's going on. Because it is like a 24-hour news cycle in the day.
The irony is like a lot of the stuff they do know is like, hey, remember when this happened like 6 months ago or 9 months ago remember when she came on our show and this happened. It's all just like, remember when some obscure thing happened. So if they were smart, they'd purge the old shit that like everyone knows or seen or doesn't care about anymore and try to develop fresh and takes or interject themselves into the here and now. So that's kind of my advice to like the Tired versus Lifeforms, the Tommy Jordans, Big Hormone. Final Boss is like horrible at that shit. Like Final Boss has fallen off so bad on his streaming game ever since he became a Clipper, and it sucks because he was the favorite going into this shit. But I mean, I don't even know if
I think we gotta bounce him, bro. I would bounce him because we're not. This is not for Clippers, bro. This is for people who are I mean, yeah, you can chat all you want, but at the end of the day, you're not on stream. I think we gotta bounce Final Boss.
I'll get right to it. What I was gonna say, what I was gonna compare Final Boss to. To me, Final Boss is 1995 UMass. They made the Final Four, but guess what? I went to UMass. There's no banner for Final Four UMass. They took it away because of all the fucking cheating and nonsense that was going on behind the scenes. Final Boss isn't a real guy. Final Boss is a fake. He's a fraud. He's not on the same level as these three other people. So I'm going to say right now, and maybe I'm giving away, and maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but Final Boss doesn't even get like a fraction of a vote from me. Final Boss, I think it's a disgrace that he even made the Final Four.
It is. I'm sad.
He's not a real man. He's not on the level of these folks.
He's still caught up on his significant other rejecting him at that wedding while he proposed to her. Honestly, I think that's where it's at. He lost all sense of himself at that point in his life, and that's cooked him for years. And that's why you see the delinquent faggot life form that he is now, to the point where he is so disgusting that we can't even put him. We can't even. I am, like you said, Dan. I'm sorry, man. He is even in the Final Four at this point. I thought he would become something at least, but nah, dude. He is actually fucking pathetic. This Final Boss, bro, you and I are the same age. You're fucking pathetic. You're a loser. And you're going to fucking be a loser for the rest of your life as long as you live. You're going to be fat. You're not going to have another woman in your life. You're not going to have any children. And you're just going to die alone in a fucking apartment with your 6 cats playing Sonic. Unless you're wearing your mother's
You'll find
skin.
A woman. There'll be everybody. There's a woman for every man.
If that, you'll probably wear your mother's skin, murder her, and then go to jail. Other than that, you're pathetic. Christian vibes. You're pathetic. You're a loser, and that's it, man. You're cooked.
I'm a little more bullish on Final Boss.
Give me. Here's the problem.
Give us the other side.
My assessment is weak because I can't see what he writes, and he has me blocked on YouTube, so I don't see him chatting. His tweets are all the other shit. He doesn't stream anymore, so it's kind of like just lack of anything happening. Like shitty. But Ben Andler, what you actually kind of interact with him and know what he's cooking with Buckman and that type of shit. So what's your take on him?
I don't really know. I think Boss isn't he younger than I don't know how old you are, Mir. I don't ask him, but I thought Boss is a pretty young guy.
I'm young. I'm young. We're both the same age. We're young.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody's younger than I am, so it's all perspective. I think Boss just needs to be butched up. He needs kind of a big brother figure to try.
Dude, we've been talking about that last year. What do you mean?
I know, but if you're his same age, he needs grown man to kind of.
What do you think? We had Dan, Chow, other people say, hey, let's man you up a little bit, kid. He's a fat fuck loser delinquent who jerks off to fucking gay porn. He's a loser. What do you want him? What do you want him to do at this point? You should go there in person and help him out instead of saying this online.
I'm not that committed. I'm not that committed.
Okay, then don't say people.
I wasn't volunteering. I'm just saying I don't think he's completely lost.
Yeah, he is. He's cooked.
He's been clipping.
He's overdone. He's a steak overdone cook, dude. He's cooked. He's cooked. I don't know.
Oh, Chow, you don't like his clipping?
He's cooked.
I mean, I some of his stuff's all right, but I don't know.
He's cooked.
He needs to pivot out. You could be right that he needs to change it up, and but who? I mean, who's Mommy tried to help him, and Mommy could have given him the world. She's got everything that Final Boss doesn't have, and he doesn't want any help from anyone. So it's kind of instead he'd be more comfortable just going with Buckman because he thinks Buckman's rich, and he thinks if he can suck up to Buckman close enough, he can get some of his money, that type of shit. So
we've talked about this. He monkey branches from one guy to the next. You did Rob Saul for a while. He's done Bachman. There was some other show.
That's a fair assessment.
Karmic X. He loves to be sort of like the little sidecar guy and sort of be the, hey, yeah, boss. What do you want, boss? And I'm not. That's not a reference to you,
Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones.
Exactly. It's like the little Asian kid from Indiana Jones. He wants to be the little tag along with the party, and then because he doesn't want to put himself out there. He wants to have somebody in front of him that he can hide behind. somebody can hold like mommy's little, apron and be.
He wants to hold mommy's pregnant belly in his hands. Be like, wow, I wish this could be me one day, dude. It's cooked.
Two things. I do agree with Dan. He does seem to bounce or has a history of bouncing from guy to guy to think who's going to be the next big thing. However, I'm going to take a totally different approach instead of like the big brothering. I think one night with Lady KB will change his life. And I'm going to officially start lobbying, my B's are still tough, for her to take one for the team to help a young boy become a man. So.
Yeah, yes, of course that'd be cool, but it could never happen. I think Final Boss is like
young boy.
He's too short.
LaTanya Vegas might be more his style.
All right, well maybe that too. All right, she'll be
young
there.
Boy. What, dude? What are you? What is he? Peter Pan? What are you talking about, dude? Come on.
Final Boss is probably a virgin.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you have to.
Let's go around the table. Who here thinks Final Boss is likely a virgin?
I raised my hand before.
I do think he's probably a virgin.
There's no way some lady allowed his decrepit, cut off, incel cock roll itself into her, because it wasn't hard. I'm sure when it went in, I'm sure he had to beat it with a stick before it actually, protruded itself into her, vaginal, whatever have you. But very disturbing things. But yeah, Final Boss is a faggot. He doesn't like women, and if he did, he was rejected by them long ago. So it is what it is, man. And there's no hope
of the queen.
He's cooked.
Yeah.
Who's that? KB?
That's Lady KB. No, and I met Lady KB IRL, and she's good looking, no doubt. But she's, as Panhandler can vouch, she's got like a presence, a stature to her. So I happen to be like 6'3", so I'm pretty tall. But even me, when I like met her face to face, I was like taken back by like her height. So I don't think like, and I even said this before, I think that's kind of like what happened with her and Chad, was like there was something built up online, and then when they met in person, she was like maybe like taller than him, and it threw him off or something. I don't know, but you can vouch for that, right, Panhandler? She's pretty tall for a chick.
Yeah, she's tall. I bet she's. I mean,
what is she, 5'10"? What is she, 5'10"?
She's maybe over 6 feet.
I think
in heels. In heels.
With heels?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. What? I'm 6 foot, like, without any shoes on. She's fucking what? That's disgusting. No wonder she's single, bro.
I've heard she's more into like hockey players and athletes anyway. All these guys that like she flirts with, like they go and I forget who it was. I think it was Leo Gunn was saying to me, all these people like think they have a shot with her, but like she's, and once again, she's not like drop dead gorgeous. She's a very attractive woman.
No,
very
she's
attractive.
Not. She's gross. Come on.
She's attractive, but she's
Don't
not
lie.
like she's not a perfect 10 by any stretch of the imagination. But that being said, for the dabble verse, she's about as close to a 10 or a 9 as you're gonna get. And none of these clowns, would have any kind of shot with her. Maybe Panhandler. Maybe
no. When I met she, we had a beef for a long time. Like she had me blocked everywhere, YouTube, X, everything. So
she went in the nudes. What?
No, it's nothing like that. I don't even know what happened really. But no, she would have nothing to do with me. We met. I think she walked away from me when in the middle of talking to her. Actually,
did you pull a move? What'd you do? Did you try?
No, I don't have any moves, man. I'm too.
Within 10 seconds if you can bang a chick or not. I mean, like you get that vibe right off the bat. Like, do I have a shot? And you're like, yeah, no shot.
Dude,
okay,
bro. No, bro.
I'm a pretty confident guy with stuff like that. No, there was no shot with the KB.
You know, bro. You could pull it. You gotta wait a few hours, get him a little more drunk. You're good to go.
No, I don't. Yeah. Again, as an old man, you don't waste time. You don't chase.
That is true.
I no longer. I no longer chase the rabbit to get the tail. I don't need to do that. So
you don't. What do you got then?
He like picks up hose and stuff, right?
What do you got then?
There you go. Yeah, no, it's not worth the pursuit anymore.
Mir, you want to check this out?
Yeah, play.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And he's still on to the. He's very much into the anti-Jew stuff and the black stuff, right?
Oh,
and the whatnot.
Who do you think he's talking about?
Me.
No, he's talking about Mersh.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I thought that was Mir too. I thought he was talking about Mir there as well.
No. Which we love. Okay, this is breaking news. We know Buckman's pretending like he's Jewish, which he's not at all in any way. So he's got this pretend Jewish thing he does, and then the other pretend thing is that
Which, by the way, is very fucking.
It's funny.
It's funny, but it's also very offensive in a way to be using the name that is clearly meant to sound like you are completely Jewish.
I thought it was Jewish. I would say, aren't you Jewish? He's like,
even
no.
Shuli thought he was Jewish. Shuli's like, wait, you're not Jewish?
ATP thought he was Jewish, and ATP's a Jew. Like,
yeah,
bro.
so he's got that going. But the other thing I know he's faking on is he's faking about being in AA and 12-step because he doesn't know any of the steps or any of that shit. And that's like, if you being someone who's been in it before, you learn it really fast, and it's all ritual and routine of like, all the steps. You just can repeat them off the top of your head, like memorized. And he doesn't know.
Stealing alcoholic valor.
Yeah. It's like, here are the steps. Step one, came to believe power grid. All the you say it so much, and I don't even do any of the rituals. I just remember from doing it a few times or enough times. And Buckman knows nothing about it. So this is another thing. Like, he tries to pretend like he's in recovery. He's like he works program stuff, but you can tell he's not, because his whole life runs on the resentment, and the resentment, which we find out, is towards his mom. Which you know about this, right, Dan?
Oh, I know. Panhandler, I think you know about this too, don't you?
I don't. He's talked a little bit about
the transference, as we call it, right?
Mommy problems.
Yeah. So now Buckman started to bring this up a lot, and it's a common thread on a lot of his streams. He's very angry at Stuttering John, and then even tonight when I was watching him earlier on my drive over, he's very mad at Imhol too, but it's because of the way they parent. And his whole reasoning is he grew up with a parent that was similar to these guys, and because of that, this is his words directly, like, I'll never be able to, like, they really bother me personally watching them and what they do, and I'll never be able to forgive them because they remind him of his like parent or whatever. So
oh my god.
Yeah, so
wow.
It's crazy, but that's where his core thing is with like Stuttering John, Aaron, and Granny is another guy that he like fixates on about it. So do you know anything more about that, Panhandler?
The only thing that I know that he mentioned his mom a few times. There's one story where, he said his mom was saying that she was always around, and he said he doesn't remember it that way. That's the only thing I really know about his mom. As far as the AA stuff, I know nothing about it. I was a very enthusiastic drunk, but I never went to AA or anything like that. So I don't know about that, but I get hit with the same shit he does, like dry drunk, and I'm not even sure what that fucking means. I guess you're just miserable still because you don't drink, but you're miserable when you drink.
Yeah. But your misery is more lovable. Like, it's a kind of like, you're like, it's kind of funny that he's the cantankerous old man.
Right.
Whereas Buckman seems to have there's an edge to his anger sometimes. Like, it seems like it's a little like he's a little like he'll snap. Like the bubble craps is the perfect example.
Yeah, no, he does. He does snap. He snapped on me on shows, and he snapped at me at the bubble craps machine too. And I wasn't the only one. He was.
And it seemed like it was
a total animal at the bubble craps. It was wild, dude.
And it seemed at some points like he was doing it performatively, but he does it enough where it's clearly not fully performatively. Like, he clearly has an edge to him where, like, if things aren't perfect the way that he likes them or he wants them, or you disrupt his mojo, he just snaps just instantly. And that's speaks to some underlying problem that he has, in my opinion.
Oh, wait, whoa. Hang on. We're forgetting the elephant in the room, though. Okay, because I'm tired of hearing him about being like, this and that, mommy, daddy didn't treat me so hot, didn't treat me so well, or the fuck have you. But then in the day, though, it's just like, dude. Also, he allowed people to fuck his wife at some point. So, like, it's just not that, though, man, why he's fucked up. I think there's other shit spinning here that no one's addressing. Like, I want to feel sorry for the fucking guy that he was abused as a kid and his family was fucked up, and he, you know, brings it out on his show and he's like, fuck that person for, how they react to how they raise their kids, whatever have you. At the same time, it's like, dude, you also allow men to fuck your wife while you watch or while you sit in the other room contemplating your life while you're on vacation, where you allow islanders to fuck your white wife while you just chill in the other room. So, like, I really don't feel any sympathy for like the heartache he went through in childhood, because this weird, manipulative, I would say, derogatory, sickening sin that he's,
Propagated.
propagated or allowed himself to be consumed by. Like, dude, I get it. You're a sad kid. Everyone has a sad childhood sometimes. But at the end of the day, who lets their wife get fucked by an islander? Who lets their wife get fucked by some other big guy called Tyrone? Who lets some guy fuck their wife while you sit there and watch? There's something else going on. I think he might be at, like, that's like what you guys are talking about might be like a introductory chapter, or like, what I'm saying, like when you read a novel or a book, there's like the introductory, like synopsis of the book right there, and then you actually get into the book. That's that. But when you start actually peeling back the layers, you start reading the chapters, it's way more fucked up. And he was introduced to so much more derogatory fucked upness as a young man that he allowed it to consume himself, that he tries to hide it and tries to push other people to like focus on his childhood more than what's going on in his decisions as an adult in modern day and or in the past while he was an adult. And no one really captures that more like than we do, honestly. Like, we exposed the sickness that he was involved with when he would allow men to fuck his wife. That's not normal. For real, that's not normal. That's why it's so taboo. It's very taboo. It's not really normal to allow other men to come in your wife. Is it, Panhandler? Can you want to help me out here or no?
Listen, I've met
And don't be a
in
fucking
person.
cuck,
I'm
man.
not being a cunt. I'm not going to sign off. I've met him and his wife. They don't give me the impression that they're swingers or anything like that. So I can't co-sign any of that stuff. I've seen no evidence of it, and I don't believe it. So I don't know where that's coming from. You may have information that I don't. That's quite possible, but I don't. Again, I wouldn't bet money that they get down like that.
Dan, do you want to educate him for us?
I don't want to get into speculation. There's always been rumors, innuendo, theories.
Oh.
Yeah, I that's all I can say. I don't want to paint myself into a corner here. So I think your words speak for themselves. I will defer to you because clearly you have some knowledge that I don't necessarily have firsthand knowledge of. So
I remember,
dude,
I don't know how you guys can just sit here and just allow this man to just continuously preach righteousness and then state that he was just a young man, like, lost in a family broken home.
Are you describing Buckman or Nick Rekieta right now? Like,
Buckman, you douche. Like, come on, bro. Buckman is a fucked up man, and I know you know it. I'm tired of people like acting like, oh, he's a sweet old man. He doesn't know what he's doing. No, he's manipulating people like Panhandler, who's like 80 IQ. He's
gone up from 70. Yeah, things are getting better.
Can you talk about when Buckman put his hands on your hips, Mir? I love
that was a joke, Dan. Don't try to patronize me, okay?
Sorry.
You're good. I'm just like, dude, like, Buckman actually is a fucked up man. He's sad, he's deranged, he's sick, and it's sad to see. Cookie doesn't want to be around him. There's a reason why she doesn't like to hang out with him as much. There's a reason why he's always streaming 18 hours, 19 hours as a fucking retired old man doing this and doing that. There's a reason why he had a fucked up childhood. And then before that, I mean, not before that, after that, no, hang on. People try to like say, oh, he's a kid. He was fucked up. So how can you blame him? Hang on. After that, he was having threesomes with his fucking wife or girlfriend with other men, whatever have you, and he was allowing that to happen. He's fucked up. He's a sick man. And he was a fucking, what's it called?
Atheist.
Anonymous drunk. What's that shit called? I don't know.
Off a
What's
dry
that called?
drunk.
No, not
Dry-
dry,
dry
drunk.
drunk.
What the fuck are you
Hey,
talking
you
about?
know,
Panda? What's that called?
a grateful member of Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever.
He is a fucking lost person. He's a fake Jew. He's not Christian. He hates God. He had his wife get fucked by men before. Maybe not Cookie. I don't know. That's just a joke, Bugman. Chill out. I know you did it before though. And it's like, dude, it's not just your childhood that got you fucked up. You're actually we're fucked up. You decided certain things that allowed yourself to become fucked up. Honestly, at the end of the day, you allowed sin in your life as an adult. You can't blame your parents for this. This is on you, bro. So, like, I don't know what to tell you at this point. You are a sick, fucked up old man who is leeching, who is hoping for some golden age, some, twilight years of relevance in your life, and you're gaining a resemblance of it. But in the meantime, when people dig up your past, you're trying to lead them astray so they know who you truly are as a person. You know what that is? You're a fucked up individual, and that's why you never accomplished anything as a young man and as a middle-aged man, because you're fucked up as a loser. And now as an old man, you're able to rewrite your wrongs and try to pretend like you're a good person. You're not. And that's why this shit's getting digged up now. You were a loser. You were born a loser into a loser family, and you will remain a loser. And when we finally dig up the increments and the fucked up pieces of your life that you refuse to show to your audience to be real with them, and that you try to hide, because you do try to hide it, you really do, and you hate Christ for it too. You hate God. You hate everything that resembles goodness. We will continue to showcase this, and you will continuously showcase that you were a full of fucked up individual, and you will be nothing as you were nothing. You were nothing at 20 years old. You were nothing at 30 years old. You were nothing at 50. You'll be nothing when you die. You are nothing. You always will be nothing.
I mean,
Bringing
but he's
me
a
down,
life form. Yeah, he's still a life form. You know, you got to, whatever that's
I'll give him
worth.
that. You'll be a life form. That's it, man.
And as a life form, like he's been, I see the Doomspay at Buckman's been killing it lately, but yeah, at what cost? Like, what sacrifices is he making for that? Like, how much blood is on his hands when it comes to this stuff? Because, at one point, Ray was killing it too. Ray had a moment a year or two ago, maybe 18 to 24 months ago, where everyone wanted to see what he was doing. He was building his own army and all that shit, and then he started falling off quick. And that's kind of the pitfall. Like Buckman kind of copied Ray in a lot of ways and does a lot of the same style things that Ray does for his show. So I don't know if like Buckman's smart enough to like see the pitfalls that Ray did with like blocking everyone and like spazzing out all the time and just becoming the perpetual victim. Like he's already starting to do that. And I think his beef with you, Dan. Yeah, you go, Dan.
No, I'm sorry, not trying to cut you off. I just want to make sure that, because I do have a question for Pan. Because you talk about, at what cost, right? So once again, I'm an observer. I try to pick up things, try to understand where people are at. And I can't help but notice that the more Buckman has kind of elevated himself, and Buckman's killing it, but he's putting a lot more effort in. Now, I would argue he's not making a whole ton of money. Like he's doing okay, but he's not really like killing it monetarily wise. So like the ROI on that, okay, your viewers are up, you get 100 viewers live or whatever, but you maybe got $80 in supers maybe or something. Like I don't look at the numbers, I could be off, but it doesn't feel like he's, where it's you're quit your job and you're going to retire on this or anything like that. So, and he's mentioned a few times that Cookie has said, okay, well, you can continue to do this all this time, but you need to show that you're having results. And there's like a point to like why you're spending 3 or 4 nights a week doing this hobby. And Pan, you've met Cookie, and I'm not asking you to talk anything personal about Cookie or anything like that. But would you say it's fair to say it's fair to speculate that the more Buckman becomes fixated and puts into this, that could have negative effects on personal life and could be a distraction? Because I don't think Cookie's like is all bought into this as he is, but I could be wrong.
I think very generally, streaming too much is probably bad for your mental health, your personal relationships, everything. In this verse, like you said, I agree with your assessment that maybe 50 to 75 bucks a show. I don't know. I don't see the finances, and obviously he's on super tips and super chats.
And by the way, I
So-
don't say that to criticize him.
Right.
and say that he's not doing well
I didn't
or
take it at
anything.
that. I think there's very few people in this little verse that are making FU money or it's their full-time job. Right, Dan? You have a real job type job. I'm
Yep.
assuming Chow and Mir, you guys have jobs as well to provide
No,
for your
not
families.
at all.
All right. Well, you got the homeless look going, so it tracks.
Fuck
It
you,
tracks.
faggot. No, go
you
ahead.
go.
Though. I'm kidding.
There you go. I do think, again, there's the law of diminishing returns. He's been streaming a lot. Who knows what's going to happen after Hackamania? Is he going to go live during Hackamania? Is he going to kind of chase whatever the next big event here? The problem with that is, in this world, somebody does something outrageous, 12, 14, 24 hours later, that is forgotten about. Like, in my opinion, we still should be talking about Quad calling the police or Chad going to Mersh's house. And that all got lost because Matt Mead and Scarlett entered. And now that got lost because of Matt Mead and Ralph or like, it's just insanity. You're never going to, it's very hard to one up.
You're chasing
somebody.
the dragon, right?
Right,
You're chasing
exactly.
the next hot moment.
And I do think it's a real thing. And I do think it's dangerous because the problem is, and I say this all the time, and it's kind of a, it goes to me too. Very few shows create content. Like, we have a lot of clip shows. We have a lot of shows like this one where we talk about shows or talk about other creators or showrunners or people involved in this, but it's not really, it's gossip, right? It's not really content. This world, when I entered it, it was about comedians, and kind of the stories in the green room or the stories, the interpersonal relationships between, semi-famous comedians type thing. And we've gotten so far away from that. Like, I don't know how I evolved into that. I'm saying how I got into this kind of.
No, I got a question for you with Buckman, man. Do you think Buckman, and be real with me, do you think Buckman uses you a little bit kind of like for like your knowledge, and or do you think he kind of uses you sometimes just for carrying the show, but without giving you the graces that you deserve? And I want you to be honest here. Do you think he uses you a little bit as a co-host in some instances of like when he runs a show with you? Because I've seen some animosity between you guys when you have arguments. But like, be honest though, like, do you truly think he doesn't give the same instances of like caring about a show when you've been like, put onto the show? You both are like working on a show, so trying to set it up. Compared to him, like, do you give your all to the show more than he does when you are put on the show to make it a good thing?
No, I don't think he uses me. I think he knows a little bit about my life, and I do have a lot of free time, unfortunately. So the only criticism I'll give, that sometimes there's not a lot of notice. Like, you reached out to me last night and gave me more than 24-hour notice. I think when Dan's asked me on the show or Chow's asked me in the past when I couldn't make it, you guys at least give the courtesy of giving, 24 hours notice type thing.
Then I got a question for you then. Okay, I get that. But
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish though.
No. I mean, I get the notice shit. That means nothing. I get that.
It does to me. Like, I'm big on courtesy.
No, I know it pisses you off. I get that.
That's why I had a falling out with Buckman, because he is a very discourteous, impolite person. He doesn't really see
who cares about
how
that,
he comes across to other people. That's the biggest bone that I've had with Buckman from the get-go. Like, he'll say something and everything is on his time, on his thing, and it's I'm sorry, I don't mean to steal your thunder.
No, but I don't think that I don't think he uses me. I don't.
No.
He's the first one to put me on a show, so I have to be, I don't know, thankful.
But
I have to recognize that he gave me this whatever opportunity is.
Okay, I get that. I get the time shit. I mean, that happens to all of us. I mean, we've had people, flake on our interview show here and there. It annoys you the fuck. Whatever. It's
not the end of the world.
It's showbiz. But my thing is this though. Also, I saw you guys at one point when he yelled at you and told you to shut the fuck up and be quiet for a second. What was going on there? I kind of want to know that from your take, because I've heard like Buckman's take on that when he told you to shut the fuck up, stop talking, and told you to be quiet, and he wanted to go off on this thing, and he doesn't really do that. So when I and Chow get into it or whatever, I'm it's water under the bridge. But when I've seen when Buckman does it, it means something. So what did it? kind of like what drew him to say that towards you, and how'd you feel when he finally he snapped at you like a father figure towards you?
Well, looking back on it, I don't remember exactly what went down or how it happened. But if you're thinking like the not in the mood panhandle thing, like I tweet Buckman constantly. I'm constantly criticizing him. I think there's probably some like resentment, or he gets annoyed at me. In that moment, I think that was the day of, or the day after the whole Chad interview debacle. So he was already like spun up about that. I don't take any of the shit person. I mean, all four of you are on camera. You guys have been doing this a while. You get heinous
20
shit.
years, according to Buckman. He says that's his new thing on it. I've been trying to do this for 20 years and break through, which I think is hilarious, but I don't know where you got that 20 years, but that's funny.
But my point is, people say heinous shit to us, right? On X or in the YouTube comments or in the chat. That is part of the thing. Like, you can't be as sensitive. I think there are some probably personalities that are a little more sensitive to shit than others. It doesn't bother me. I didn't take it personally. I think it's funny, like when he gets legit upset.
Well, why do you take that why do you take that not personally, but then you came on earlier today and you say I take personally in the chat when people shit on the show and do this and do that? You just told me that earlier on the show. So what are you talking about?
No, I did not say that.
You did say that.
No, I don't take anything personally.
You did say that. You said I don't like it when chatters. I don't like it when people shit on the chatters. You like don't take anything.
No,
personally?
when I was talking about Darren, the disrespect.
So Darren's only the person that you don't fuck with.
No,
Darren's got a little smugness too, like a little bit of that.
Conflating the two issues.
I'm getting confused here because I'm hearing like 20 different things. So like Buckman shits on the chat. I kind of play their shit, but I mean, like I don't know. I think it's a little biased here. But
yeah, I've seen Big Dorks like kind of he gets a little like soyed out a little bit over things, and I could see him kind of, and I know Panhandler's vibe too, so I could see how he'd be pissed, but. Someone popped in from they're not on camera yet, but hey, dude, I'm just gonna pop this up quick before she pops on. But
yeah, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I just
I understand where the confusion, and I wanted to clarify that.
Like,
no, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Buckman. This is 9/10 of the battle for Buckman and for a lot of the life forms. And Buckman believes this. Like he has a good work ethic and luck is how he came to power and all that type of shit. And it's half true. It is like showing up and like going on other people's shows and doing all that shit he has been doing. You got to give him credit for that. That's really what Final Boss has failed to do. And that's kind of what's built Buckman into. He's passed us a long time ago. And I know he wants to flex numbers or money or all this shit. It's like, Buckman, you did all this stuff to redo your show, to put it on a different platform, just so you could get super tips. And your total super tips that you over the last year you haven't even paid for 1 month of like switching over to the other system. So don't try to like get into money or views or any of that shit yet. Just you're still in that building phase where people are taking notice of Buckman like never before. Like mainstream guys are like Ethan Ralph wants to throw Buckman down a flight of stairs in Vegas, and a bunch of other people are super pissed. Like Mersh, that clip I was playing was like him and Mersh beefing over shit. So it really is like this is the point where Buckman can really capitalize and build out whatever his next thing's going to be. But what do you think the future holds for Buckman?
Death.
Like how soon though?
I'm kidding. And no, Panhandler, you answer this first. What do you think is going to come up for your boss?
My boss,
Buckman.
Boss. I got a lot of bosses in this universe. I don't know. I think if you want a serious answer, I think he's got to decide.
Serious.
How much am I streaming, and kind of the ball washing of the Tukis and the bigger shows has to ease back on that. Like nobody's exempt from criticism. I'm a Kevin fan. Most of my super chats are criticizing him or the show. Like you can't just say you can have favorite shows or favorite personalities, but to say everything they do there is right or everybody's talented, it's just disingenuous, right? I think there's part of this. Yes, we all kind of have these stupid handles or these stupid names that we pick for whatever reason, but you have to be somewhat genuine in your opinions and your takes. It can't just all be bullshit and kind of placating, to the chat or whatever, or the bigger shows like that. Yeah. That's boring to me. Like I don't always agree with him. We've got in on X or whatever. He gets a little wild when he drinks, but that's who he is. So I do respect that. And same with Dan. I mean,
let's play a beer pong game.
Dan's another one who gets a lot of hate, and I get it. He gets under my nerves too. But I like this. I believe that's what Dan likes to do. He likes to agitate a little bit, and good for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's performative. The SJ stuff maybe a little bit thick, but you know, there's certain people that I think are disingenuous in this world, and I do think, like, you know, everybody's like, Rocco's such a nice guy, and I don't know if he really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, just my opinion. I'm just throwing that as an example type thing.
Anyone that always has to make you feel like that they're the nice guy and they do it, and
they're not.
Everything is to position them as the nice guy. They're usually not the nice guy. That's usually a little bit of a facade I've found in life.
Right.
Just saying.
You
can't like everybody. It's not humanly possible.
I just had a vision on this shit, bro. So what I think Buckman's gonna do next is Buckman is gonna take newfound popularity, success that he's gaining over the next 4 to 6 weeks, and he's gonna roll out new shows on his channel with co-hosts that he's gonna say, like, this is my new show. I'm doing it with this Buckman buncher on Mondays. This is my new show. I'm doing it with this guy on Tuesdays. He's going to try to set up these new concept ideas where he can lock someone into like a co-host, like joint venture type thing to keep him going. That's his next pivot. I guarantee it. It just came to me, bro. And I think he's going to have 3 new shows within the next 2 months to try to build out his thing. And it's going to, because he doesn't understand less is more, right? He's the opposite. He's the double down. I see an 11 or, you know, I got a blackjack, but I'm going to double down anyway. Like, fuck it. You know, I'm going for it. So like, that's his style.
I got a pair of 10s. Let's split them. Let's see if I can get more 10s.
Yeah. That's what he's going to be doing. So, that's where I kind of see his next move. How is it going to work? Are people going to be sick of it? Because now people are discovering Buckman for all different reasons. And it's good. Yeah. Like, who is he going to take?
There's also a honeymoon phase too. Don't forget. A lot of these guys go through, especially if they have like a rapid rise.
Look at
Karmic, exactly. That was what I was going to say. Karmic X. You think, oh, it's never going to end. When you hit the wall and you stop being like the flavor of the month,
it turns on a dime, man.
It's a rough go. And Karmic right now, he's putting on a happy face. He's struggling right now because he doesn't know how to get out of it. He doesn't know how to like turn it back and get back to where he was at. And
I have noticed that.
Doubling down on being gay and all these other weird little characters.
Buckman said, I found out from Buckman 2 weeks ago that Karmic is trying to sweeten up to me, and like he's trying to team up with me, which I had no clue about. So I hit Karmic up this week and I was like, dude, come on Thursday. We're talking about all the life forms and all your ops, bro. And he reads all my DMs, but he never responds. So it's like he's fucked, you know. He's gonna do his thing, and
he has no follow through. He's very lazy and
very lazy.
He'll say things, but he never follows up on them. Worst kind of guy to do business with or get into like any sort of partnership.
Final boss would know about the music thing. He would know.
Should we pivot? Should we pivot over with Ashley here to?
Yeah, she just dropped off again.
No, she's coming on in a second. Okay. She's coming on in a second.
Yeah,
let's pivot into the Final Four. We've been talking, nonchalant shit for a long time. Let's get into this Final Four shit, and we'll work her in here when she comes on.
Well, we're still doing. Are we still doing? We're not voting yet. We've kind of covered a lot of Final Boss and Buckman. Should we talk about Big Dub or Ashley right now?
Yeah, let's start with Big Dub, and I'm sure Ashley will hop on when we talk about her. So
yeah.
You know what? Let's start with Big Dub for Panhandler because I kind of know how Chow and Dan feel, but I never heard Panhandler's take on Big Hormone. What's your take on that faggot?
Yeah, this was a big reason I was interested in coming on the show. I don't get you guys going after W. Like I don't get it. Like he's just kind of an affable guy, and I think Clowntown gets a little twisted. Like originally it began as an MLC after show. What, Mir?
You're a
Go-
fucking
it's-
idiot, dude. Keep going. I love it.
No, he's boys with so I
They're
like
tight.
hearing
I get
that.
it. He's going to defend
I'm
him.
listening.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
I
good.
said
No,
that
I
from the
love it. I
beginning,
love
that-
it. I know you're like
But
the
I don't-
300
I don't
spiders.
strike
You
as
will be
emotional.
conquered,
You-
but you will continue to fight. Go ahead.
You can say just like me, like low energy or whatever. That's fine. I think that's accurate. So
I've
am I.
never said that
But
once in my
No,
life.
I'm saying he's not exempt from criticism. I just don't get the emotional part of it. I don't see that from him at all. And again, like Dan, you guys know I'm friends with him, so I'm biased as well. But I think Clown Town is just a different animal. I don't consider it a show. Like, it originally started as a joke, with Ray saying when Ray was on MLC, hey, there's going to be an MLC after show, kind of like what Stancil and Ski Mask used to do years and years ago type thing. They would do a post MLC show. Obviously, it's a little bit different where Stancil and Ski Mask, would sometimes get actual guests that were on the show, but everything's changed. So it's just kind of like a hang. Like, I don't really realize, like, I get the criticism that it could just have been a Zoom call. And it's just a late night kind of hang, see what happens. If there's any beef, maybe people argue on stream or whatever. But I don't look at that as a norm, like just a show type thing. It's just Clown Town to me is an animal to itself. And I get why people don't like it. Like, I'm on it, and sometimes I want to fucking end the show immediately.
Well, yeah, and I think where the hormones really like went from like in a good range to like off the charts, like getting flagged by USADA and WADA testing for having too high estrogen was right when the breakup happened. Because if you remember that shit, like that's when Mir took note of Big Hormone. He didn't really even know who he was before that, but he started going on like Buckman and a bunch of shows, and he was crying over like him and Papa Kill splitting up, and Final Boss was crying with him and having these temper tantrums and going on streams and being like, I had no clue what was happening. Like, it's just, I was blindsided. So it was like this combination of like him being so butthurt over like their dumb show breaking up or their stream, and just being like so oblivious to what was going on with his own show. Like, I think there's
my take on it, Chow, is totally different. Like, my take is that W was trying to not really put their business out there, and I don't know who did. And once it got out there, then he was trying to deflect a little bit, and he wasn't trying to be a dick or shit on PK or whatever. But again, I don't have the whole history, and the part of the history I have is one side, so who knows what's true and what's, like, I wasn't there when they, you know what I'm saying? I came kind of after. I mean, I was on with PK, but I wasn't on I've been on a lot more with when W and Pogo were running the show.
Yeah. One Final Boss has always been like injecting them with hormones and shit. You can tell. So he's been rubbing off on him in a bad way. But that was kind of the peak or the start of this shit. But he's just been tired person, and not for nothing. I think, Dan, you might be in the same boat. We've actually come to love watching Big Hormone on any stream.
Yawning.
Just doing anything.
I love the clips of when he starts.
Just
like Mersh wanted to fucking punch him when he started yawning. Like, dude, you had me come on this show and you guys were like falling asleep. Like, come on, let's get the energy up. That's why, like, I don't understand. And I get that. And I get that, he works like this. We all work. But he's decided that, okay,
he doesn't work. He's a loser.
My time is going to be 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. And I think he's West Coast, so it's 11 p.m. his time. He's chosen that I'm going to do the overnight shift. If you're the overnight radio host, you start to, you don't have, like, Art Bell. Let's give an Art Bell example. Did Art Bell ever fall asleep when he's doing the overnight, across the globe thing?
Like, you know what? Did Paul Belier, what's his name, that ran across the county states? No, not Paul.
Paul Blart.
What was the fucking American who like ran, like, the British are here? What was his name? Paul Belier? What's his name?
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. Yeah. Did he fall asleep? No. Big Hormone would have been sleeping through that shit while the fucking Red Coast would have been stabbing everyone with a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, no.
The other thing I like about, and let me just finish my thought. So Big Dub gives off, I don't know if you guys, in this, Pan, you might know this reference. The other guys probably won't know it. There was a show with Judd Hirsch in the like the late 80s, early 90s called Dear John.
Yeah.
And Dear John.
Wasn't it John Larroquette? I thought it was John Larroquette. Oh no, Judd Hirsch. You're right.
Judd
I know.
And the whole conceit of the show was a guy coming home and he's got like a Dear John letter from his wife that I left you, and now he's gonna, like, he's got to put his whole life back together again and like make new friends and
what a fucking
and to me, Big Dub is Dear John. Like he's the divorced dad that's trying to like get his life back together, and he gets to see his his child like once every other week or whatever for a weekend. And this is like his way to like get a community and get friends and kind of like get out of the rut that he's been in. But he doesn't really have a lot of energy, so he's got to get his confidence up. And there's a little yawning going on because he's tired because he just spent the whole day with his child that he only gets to see twice a month. But he's Dear John. That's what Big Dub is to me.
I mean, I don't know anything. I think he is. I mean, I think Pot Awful called us like. Pot Awful called the divorced, and I think Beloved Chatter like the Divorced Dads Club, which I think is funny because I'm divorced too. I don't know anything about anything about his family or whatever. And like I said, I think it is valid criticism, just like me, a little low energy at times, and you need somebody else with a little more high energy to drive the show. Like, well, I think he recognizes that, and I recognize that too. Both a self-criticism and a criticism. But I don't think Dear Dub. I don't think he's emotional though.
He is. You can ask Povo. He knows he's a super emotional guy, and so does Papa Kill. But yeah, like I think Big Dub, like one of the most fascinating things is he runs the show, but he doesn't have a computer, so he does it like from an iPad. Like he's got this StreamYard shit that we're all on that you can kind of go on your phone or on a computer. You got it all with all the extra functions, but you can't do anything if you're running a stream off your iPad or phone. So it's that anomaly is just like.
Can you imagine the setup hilarious. He has? He probably has like a coffee thing, and he puts the iPad on top of it, and and then he leads in on the kitchen island table.
Yeah, I mean, well, like it's like think about it. Like if you're like, I'm gonna run a show, and it's just gonna be like, but I'm not gonna like just get the most basic necessary equipment to do it.
But I hate to be a contrarian, Chow, but doesn't Carl run everything off of iPads, or does he just use them as cameras?
I don't know, but no, I'm sure he's got like microphones, and he's got at least someone
he definitely has
computer.
mics. He definitely has that. He's always good.
You know that, like I love watching Clown Town the next morning. Like,
yeah, it's a shit show. I mean,
it's fucking great.
It definitely is. I wouldn't, push back against that. I mean, that's part of it. It's a nightmare getting it started or pulling up chats or there's a problem with StreamYard. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Buckman level tech nightmare.
And well, that's the thing. They always want to like, hey, let's pull up this whole clip of like Karmic on our show from last year. Let's watch it for the 50th time, or let's talk about Mazzy on our show for the 1,000th time.
Or the crappy AI slop that they create. That they pull up that clip that I made of Karmic dancing at the discotheque, and Dub always is trying to force his AI slop down your throat. That's another thing that annoys me about him. It's like we get it. Everybody's seen the AI slop. Like you're not. It's not that impressive.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of AI. I mean, I get that. Again, I get that too.
Hang on.
But here's the thing: like you guys, I want to see. Hey, easy.
Now we're turning into Clown Town.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody talk over it.
Hang on. You know what? I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
No, listen. Shit on whoever you want. I love the First Amendment. I want to see these guys on your show. Like, I think the Final Four. I know Ashley's kind of in or out, or was thinking about coming on. Like, it would have been great to have these guys on here so they could.
She's coming on.
Never do it. Final Boss would never do it.
Ashley's coming on tonight. Ashley's
either campaign for or against whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Ashley's coming on tonight, and we're gonna treat her respectfully as a woman. All right. You talked about that Panhandler recently. We're gonna treat her as a woman respectfully, and she's a good person. That's what we're gonna treat her.
I didn't say you weren't gonna do that. I'm just saying, like, it would have been good to have W on here. Or Buck. I think Buckman would have did it.
But I sent Buckman the link, but you know what? He fagged out. He twigged out. He threw the Jewy, whatever have you flag out, and he, didn't do shit.
Did you really send him the link, Mir?
Yeah, I did. I for real did. I really did.
I just sent it to Sarah because he's in the chat acting like an idiot. So
I sent Sarah the link too. Like, dude, all these guys are all fucking losers and they're fucking scumbag delinquents.
We should get Teamster Tim. How can you send him the link, Panhandler?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
have Tim's contact, and I don't think he's on X.
I sent it to Hip Star Army also. I know Dan and him. You guys were arguing earlier today about DMs, right, Dan?
Yeah, I'm cool with Ipstar if he wants to come on. He keeps saying send him the link, but I don't know how to get it to him, and I'm not posted on Twitter.
Yeah, I sent you the link in your DMs, you faggot. So enjoy it. But so we kind of understand where Buckman's at. Honestly, we drummed it out into existence. I get it at this point. We get Final Boss. He's legitly an incel. I mean,
in the chat, by the way, as Drunken Donut, still, because Final Boss, just do it as yourself. Like, be a man for once. Put your Drunken Donuts alt down and just do it into your regular ID.
End it. Just
end the charade.
End it all. End everything right now. Just end it. Just grab the gun and then aim it at the wall.
No.
I'm kidding.
Easy.
Aim it at the wall.
Only if it's a paintball gun. We're not,
water gun.
Yeah.
Water gun.
Put in the paintball. I'm kidding. That's a joke. It's a joke. Put the gun at the paintball. All right. It's a joke. Anyway, so what I'm saying is we already went over Final Boss and all these other people. Who are the last two? We have Big Hormone we went over, right?
Yeah.
Ashley.
And Ashley.
Pull up the bracket. Let me find that shit.
A loaded boxing ring.
Yeah, so then we got Ashley next, who Ashley's main thing she's been doing.
Chow, I could fucking kill you for that screen grab, by the way.
Oh yeah, well that
fucking asshole.
Brilliant, actually. Let's watch that shit quick. That's a video.
No, that's not Chow. It's just a picture. I saw it earlier when you did it. You jackass.
I started playing it. Here it is.
And yeah, he's still on to the he's very much into the anti-Jew stuff and the black stuff, right?
Look at my face right there
and the whatnot. But I'm like, I don't think he
what
live
the fuck
much
is this?
differently than sort of your average black American.
Why is my face like tweaking out in the far right corner?
He rents, right?
Oh, you.
And he
Chow, you're gonna catch such a beating.
Would you say his job is? I mean, his streams, is that a job? Do you consider that a job? I don't know.
I would think it's a job.
I'd bitch slap you, Buckman.
This is you.
I'd bitch slap you, Buckman.
That was a very weird thing to say by Buckman.
I'd bitch slap you, Buckman.
Can you hear that,
Mira?
I'd
really
bitch slap you, Buckman. I'd bitch slap you, Buckman. I'd bitch slap you, Buckman.
All right, that's good. Probably more. I got some other good ones I think of you.
Christ, dude. And I thought starting John was bad. Shmuel Buckman, fuck. Jesus Christ,
dude. Bro,
this
was like a long time ago when you were saying that shit. So
that was Halloween.
Yeah. That shit, I think you said he was on a good
run.
Because
it's not show and tell.
Buckman is on a generational run right now, just like Final Boss.
All right, let's talk about Ashley.
Shmuel Buckman is on. Yeah, let's do Ashley. Let's do Ashley. I'm done with it. So hang on. Look at the final four. Who was it? Buckman and Final Boss, right?
Yeah.
All right, Dan, Panhandler, Chow, and I. Let's do our final votes right here. And Panhandler, since you are the esteemed guest here, we'll allow your vote to count. Okay, you cool with that,
much.
Chow?
I'm honored.
Of course.
Okay.
He knows the shit.
Okay. So your vote will count.
Thank you, sir.
So Buckman and Final Blob going into the championship ring. Who do you have?
That's the toughest part of the bracket. You got to give it to Buckman. Like I'm not like
Why?
I said, I'm not. He is the bigger name. He's going for it. Boss is in this kind of weird spot, which we touched on. Is he a guy? Is he a clipper? He doesn't know. Where Buckman has a goal in mind and he's going for it. So he's got that championship drive.
I agree with that. Okay.
I mean, I'm on that same wavelength of thought. Like, and I know like people say Final Boss showed up and then Buckman started like popping off even more, and he kind of is a little more professional with music. That I don't think Final Boss has really done anything to help Buckman. I know Final Boss will take credit for a lot of stuff to pretend like the growth on his channel is because of him, but I really think him just kind of he's just there as like a fan mainly, and Buckman's doing a lot of the work and putting the work in himself. And final boss, yeah, like I think he's gonna stab Buckman in the back at some point in the next few months, and maybe I don't know who he's gonna jump to next or where he's gonna find his next host to be a succubi on, but I got to go Buckman for sure too, because he's just too strong right now.
Dan, you go ahead.
Buckman versus final boss.
Yeah. Final like take. What
Final vote.
like?
Yeah.
We got Panhandler and Chow right now for Buckman.
I mean, it's got to be Buckman. It always was Buckman. It always will be Buckman, at least for the foreseeable future. Final boss, like Panhandler said, a lot of upside, a lot of potential, but he ain't there, and he does not he does not have skin in the game like Shmuel Buckman does. Shmuel Buckman, love him or hate him, he's fucking all in on this shit, and for that reason, he's got to be in the championship game.
All right. With Buckman, and here's something crazy to me, because like I feel very
Dramatic pause.
Wait, imbibe it, let it absorb it, and then think.
I feel very passionately about both Buckman and Final Boss. Chow and I have covered them for about a year now. I'm not kidding. They're like our babies. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like your two young kids, and then you kind of start to notice who has more potential than the other, and you start to like kind of sway to one in a certain way where you kind of want them to go to Harvard, you want them to do certain things, and then when you're like, oh, take this blue collar job at like, this and that, what I'm saying, just to make sure their life is more enjoyable than it is. And I'm going to be honest. Final boss is truly an incel, and he'll never reach the glory that he is deserved of because he thinks so little of himself. So I don't see him ever becoming anything great or anything remote, becoming of a true passionate life form. I think he always will be a beta cell, loser, delinquent, low IQ 70 individual. But with Buckman, I think Buckman wants to be more. I think Buckman truly wants to rise up, break through that 70 IQ slave mentality, and at least be a 75, be an 80, and control the delinquents below him and get patted on the head when he's doing a good job, because he truly wants satisfaction no matter where it comes from. That's why he allowed men to fuck his wife. He wants satisfaction wherever it comes from. He is looking for something, no matter if it's from God, from men fucking his wife, or from this internet that is protruding itself into his real life. I think he is the best option moving forward in the championship scenario, where he will face off against either Ashley or Big Hormone. That's my truest thought.
Hey, well said.
Well said.
Yeah. It's too strong right now. When the tournament started, I kind of had Final Boss as number 1 seed and Buckman as the number 2 on that side of the bracket. So I kind of knew they were destined to clash here, but it's just recency. Buckman's been so strong. And I think with some things that are happening with Buckman, I'd be surprised for it to continue. He's just too good right now, too high level. He's in the championship.
Bring back the chains, bitch. All right.
There you go. Yeah. All right. And then we don't need to vote yet, but at the core of Big Dub and
let's talk about Big Dub and Ashley for a second here, because this is actually, now here's the thing. Hang on, Chow. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Are we gonna
We're
bring
gonna
her
go
corpse
past,
on air, or is she not?
No.
coming back on?
I mean, she said she wanted to come on. I don't know what's going on with her right now. Okay. Here's the thing. Heading on here soon. Okay. Here's the thing. Chow, I mean, geez, they both dipped. Ashley and this everyone dipped. Jesus Christ.
I just had to turn the camera off for a second. That's all.
Oh fuck. I don't know where she's at right now, but she says she would come on. I'm just saying, like, Big Hormone in her is probably the most like Dan, help me out here. Let's go Phoenix Suns, Milwaukee Bucks. 2021 finals. I don't know who's winning that shit. Can't hear you, King.
Sorry,
You're muted.
So Antetokounmpo over. Yeah. Okay.
Chris Paul, well-oiled machine versus
Yep.
Antetokounmpo with some like PJ Tucker and like Drew Holiday and like, you know, some other guys. Like, I think it's so even, like, Keel. I really don't know. Or like you could go like 2004 Pistons versus Lakers. And so, like, I think there's a heavyweight in there, but it's the unknown person who's the heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Like Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks. Everyone thought the New York Knicks would careen the Pacers, but the Pacers just fucked them up the whole their time last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I don't know, dude. I think Ashley is truly a strong woman who believes in her morality, who believes who she is, and will act out in any way possible to gain whatever she's trying to attain. And at the same time, I think Big Hormone is such a lost, fucked up, sad. And I'm not trying to shit on him as a dad because I have a child also. So I'm not gonna do that to him. That Panhandler would with his, you know, like, degenerate ass. But I never shit on him like Panhandler would. But
that's not right. I would not do that.
What you did was wrong.
But I think.
But
I think
you did was fucked up. You said some fucked up shit, dude. You know what? I am glad I've done this show like 5 times on this guy, but I've never like shit on him for being like a loser father, and you did recently.
I did
in this
no
show.
such thing there. You
Okay.
got to get some more box wine. That did not happen.
I thought you did. All right. Maybe
Boone's
I'm crazy.
Farm hitting hard tonight.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Maybe I'm crazy. I thought you shouted on him as a father, but
no, I would never do such a thing. I don't get like that.
Maybe the dogs are barking. You're right.
It is the dogs. You heard the dogs barking. But I think the two, because I got to run here in a little bit, guys. But I think both these two are playing for second place. This is Buckman's award, so I don't know how much there is to debate. I was hoping Ashley would come on just to give it to Dan, because Dan deserves some razzing after the way he treated her earlier. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna have to wait.
She usually falls asleep about this time. The wine and the Xanax cocktail usually knocks her out a little bit. So
that sounds good.
We should have got her on. I don't know. We missed our shot. We blew it. We missed our chance to get clipped. Oh no! How are we gonna move up in the universe?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you need to balance, you've been here like plenty, and I kind of agree. So we can go through the formalities of crowning the first Lifeform Mania champion at some point here, but no, the Ashley stuff. I think the reason Mir pointed out why she advanced over Mommy in the first place was she's just spontaneous enough to go off on someone like she's doing to Dan right now. So that shit, that's. Like we were saying earlier, I kind of thought if we would have redone it now, I'd probably take Mommy over Ashley. But then again, like, Ashley's got that wild card thing to her, like Mir pointed out last time, and now that's the new thing. And if she can come on now and put Dan in his place and maybe put Buckman in his place, I think we could she could potentially give him a run for his money in the championship. But you know, like, I think it's really neck and neck between Big Hormone and Ashley, because Ashley's doing her shit with Dan, like I mentioned, but Big Hormone is maybe the best guy to watch right now. Like, he's kind of like a Buckman, he's kind of like early Buckman in a way, where he's just showing up everywhere and just kind of chilling on shows.
Early
like
Buckman.
He's kind of like an early career Buckman. Like, he's tracking and charting the same, like, on his reps. And So I kind of see like there's a lot more potential with Big Dub than I initially thought. I thought he was just kind of like tire out with the Clown Town thing, but like now he goes on with Tommy Jordan and Buckman all the time, and he'll just jump on show like links. He's like a Nasty Neil type, so I give him a lot of credit. Is he championship worthy? Dan, what do you think? Like you kind of have strong beef with both these two.
To be honest, and I'm kind of in the panhandler camp. I kind of go back and forth on it. I think Ashley's more of a spitfire. I think she got a little more energy to her. I was hoping she'd. I just tried to call her. She's like I said, she must be passed out. You calling her too? Yeah. So she disappeared, but
she'll mix it up though.
Yeah, she'll mix it up. I do think we probably do go a little hard on Big Dub. He's harmless, but he is a little bit laughable, and he has become the mascot of what we like to call the tired verse. So for my personal reasons, I would go with Ashley just because she seems to want to start a lot of shit with me, and she's a spitfire. So
I'm gonna go Ashley too. Here's my thing though. I think Ashley pretends like she doesn't want to talk shit on people, but she does. And I think she backs it up a little bit more than Hormone does, to the point where she's willing to like go on shows or do this or do that. And I don't know, like, I'm going to be honest, like, she really wants to fuck with any man who doesn't agree with her. I kind of like that about her. Like, she's willing to like fuck with you no matter what. She fucked with Dan very hard. She fucked with me very hard. She fucked with J-Mo very hard. She's even fucked with Chow a little times very hard. Like, dude, this bitch gives no bounds on who she wants to fuck with at any point in time. She'll fucking just run it. She's that fucking crazy. With Big Hormone, he's like, oh, I want to make sure I don't ruin this or ruin that. Who am I talking about? Oh, you should kill yourself, but I didn't really mean that. Hang on a second here. I think Big Hormone, honestly, is just a faggot, and he just wants to like make sure people are like okay with what he's saying, and he just wants to watch what he's saying to the point where he is seeming edgy, but he's really not. I think Ashley's actually deranged. Ashley, if you're listening right now, bitch, I think you're deranged. I think you're a little bit loco. I think you're lying about Dan. I think you're lying about anybody you actually even talk to, about any man that you'd ever talk to about anything you say. You're crazy, and it should be awarded. So I think you should move on to the final two, the championship round of Buckman and oh my God, Buckman and Ashley.
Well,
oh my God, dude, that's crazy. I think that's a match made in heaven. Psycho Bitch and the Jew faker who pretends to be Jewish, who hates anything that's Jesus Christ related. I think who has the Buckman bunch versus the Psycho Bitch. I think that's beautiful.
That's way better. That's what the networks wanted when they have a championship game. They wanted it to be Ashley versus Buckman, because if it was Buckman versus Big Dub, it's kind of like Big Bro versus Little Bro. Like Buckman's kind of become Big Bro to Buckman bunch Big Hormone. So in that case, you're kind of looking at more like a North Carolina or like little NC State Little Bro type game versus like I think Ashley is a 1 seed in a lot of ways, and so is Buckman. So this is a big market.
We might need to get Buckman and Ashley on for the final episode. I'm not lying. I think that would be hard. I'm not capping.
I'll work on Buckman.
I'm not.
For you guys.
I might be a drunk idiot, but all I'm saying is this: I think it would be brilliant, and it'd be good for the fans who are been following this and who have been cultivating, this whole night culture. If we get Ashley and Buckman versus, like a basketball match, it's like 60 minutes. You guys talk about yourselves, showcase to the fan base why you should be the winner, and then the judges decide. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, something like that.
Well, if you remember, how
I don't
Bachman
know.
got on the map was when we first did our Lifeform show on him. It was all watching that one episode with him and Lemmy and Ashley. Remember, he like had her on to interview her, but he
Oh,
doesn't know how to
yeah.
talk. He didn't know how to like interview someone, or he's like
Yeah, that was
afraid to talk to
insane.
her. Yeah, so like Bachman's rise to prominence is a lot of it was off of Ashley's early clout game. Remember, for like a minute there, Ashley was like way bigger than Bachman. Like Bachman, that was a get for Bachman to have Ashley on. That was like his big moment. So like them facing off is kind of like, I don't know, like because Ashley, she's not really doing much now, but she's still always had leverage on Bachman. So that's a great championship.
And here's my biggest thing about this, and they need to understand this. This is not about like shitting on you guys and like, oh, like, do you remember Aiden Ross and Gypsy Crusader? You guys remember that like boxing match that happened recently, right?
Yeah. With the
And there was like, oh, you're a faggot Gypsy Crusader if you go box with this guy, whatever, have you go on his show, and do this, do that. It's not about that. What it is about is we're promoting something that the fans want to see. It's not that we hate you or don't like you. You need to come through for the fan base and for the fans and for the likes and for the viewership.
For the culture.
Everyone wants to see this. For the culture. Everyone wants to see this. It's the Lifeform finals. Lifeforms has been a part of this community for the past 7, 8, 9 months. Who knows how long it's been. And Ashley and Bachman are very influential. And Ashley said, I heard what you said. Ashley, you're a queen, girlfriend. You just made it to the finals. We'll see you in Las Vegas very soon. I'm kidding. But, but what I'm saying is, Ashley versus Bachman, we want both you there. We're going to plan it out. We're going to get this all together. We're going to make sure this happens because we need you both there through with Dan and I and Chow.
Ashley
Because
will
that's
ask for money. Bachman will either say no or he will no show. Like that.
What if we do it at Hackamania? Like winner gets a G or like $500 or something, and we film it. Because Ashley's going to be at Hackamania, right?
I don't know if she's going to be there.
Dude, if we could live. There's some big backers and the coffers at.
Isn't Dave Sarah? Isn't he carpooling with her?
Yeah, he could.
Is he? I know Dave. I think Dave is going, right? Because I gave Dave my ticket.
I hear Dave might be sliding up in them guts. That's
he should.
I heard.
It's a handsome couple right there, boys. I do got to run, but as a favor to you, I am going to work on Bachman. I do want to see him on the final show. And Mir, if you
it's the championship. It's the championship.
If you don't trash me after I leave here, I'm going to be very disappointed.
So no, Panhandler. Yeah. Before you leave, can I say this real quick?
Please do.
Panhandler.
Sir.
You are honestly one of the greatest guests we've ever had on the show, who I thought I would hate, but I for real think you're a great man. For real. Man, hey, honestly, gray beard to gray beard, I think you're a great man. For real.
You're not gray beard. You got that whole Taliban thing going. I love it. I wish there you go.
Akbar. But hey,
all right, we'll leave on that note.
Talk to your master. Make sure.
I am. I'm gonna beg him to come on. See if he'll do me a favor.
There you go.
All right, boys. Thank you. Bye.
See you, brother.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Good guy. Great.
I think the only way we run this championship. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, boys. I think the only way we run this championship, we have those two face off against each other. I don't want to do it if we don't have those two. I'll work endlessly. I mean, we gotta make this happen for these two.
Even if it takes 6 months to convince them to do it, it's
gotta happen.
We'll just keep hyping it every week. We'll do a show based.
We'll just always say we're waiting for the championship game every week.
It has to happen.
Previewing the next season. We can do the draft, all that type of shit. But
but before we end this, it's also up to you guys. Everyone watching the show. I'm it's always a joke all the time, but here's something for real. We want to do this championship round, and we want these people live with us doing it. So we need some support here. Hit up Shmuel Bachman. Hit up Ashley Cummings and say, hey, come on the show for the final round and make sure your voice is heard as viewers. Do it. Let's make this happen. This will be such a great content, such a great vibe for everybody, and everyone will love it. It'll be fun. It'll be great. And it'll be something that you will always, replay, come back on, and just enjoy. I
just got a text from Ashley, by the way.
What did it say?
She's in.
She said, "Why are you lying about me?"
I don't
Tell
know.
her.
Where you
Tell her.
you yeah, like I think she knows, like, if we're gonna drag this out, she's trying to keep her name in the championship talk. So she is. She's in the championship. And Dave, Sarah, you've been running your mouth about, hey, this is my dream. I want to do this and that. I'm not gonna blow up your spot, but you said you want to do a live podcast event. So Dave, Sarah, when you're in Vegas, set this up. You got time to plan it. You need to
Wait a
live
second.
stream.
Soaring home. This is the text we all get from Ashley at 2 a.m. You up? Question mark. Sorry.
Yeah. So if Sarah, you're watching, we need Buckman and Ashley to be on stream in Vegas.
Not even in Vegas, bro. I just want to do this in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just do it in general.
It'll happen, but it'll be better if it happens in Vegas because they're both going to be there. So if they're not, then yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, they're both going to be there. Okay.
Yeah. So
that would be great if Dave Sarah had like his phone up and he just got him like when they were right together next to each other.
A mic in a booth at a place with Dave
Perfect.
in the middle,
on the
there.
show. Ooh,
Yeah,
bro.
something like that. I think could go hard for next level content. So,
all right, we'll talk to Dave. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this. We had Final Boss fag out like the loser he is. Big Hormone cried himself out of the competition, and now we have Ashley Cummings and the despicable, diabolical Shmuel Buckman for the final two. Ashley Cummings and Shmuel Buckman. Dr. Chow, Dan, thank you so much, you guys, for doing the show with me, and thank you for Panhandler earlier. You guys have a lovely night. Okay.
likewise.
Peace,
gentlemen. Bye.